What's going on, everybody? CaptainRoBear and crew here for Stormforge, episode 42. Cruising above Marrowstrand in the sky. Welcome.
Wait, are we ahead of Marrowstrand?
Yes.
What? Take that, Marrowstrand.
Yes, suck it, Adam.
Suck it.
Yeah, a bunch of them are on vacation, so yeah, they're behind.
You having fun on your vacation. Well, we're winning.
We're on the grind.
The grind set.
I can't do that and say myself seriously. I'm so sorry.
Hey Adam, we have an empty seat. You want to come play?
Yeah, you want to have a crossover real quick?
Oh,
What's Adam's dice like nowadays? That entirely, I think, determines whether it's a yay or nay, right?
Didn't he start getting 20 when he got LASIK?
Yeah, this
yeah,
is why.
he kind of became a Chad. He got LASIK, got a girlfriend, started rolling 20s. I don't know what to tell you.
Are you sure he didn't steal Mudcat's energy?
He plays sexy corporate vampire villains on Magi RPG now. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, how about them apples?
I need to watch that. I saw that was it Ancestral Blood, is it?
Yes, I believe it's Ancestral Blood. Correct us if we're wrong, Adam.
Yeah.
They play a lot of vampire.
Yeah.
They love it. Well, who's got big announcements this week? Now that we're back.
Yeah.
We never left, though. We were the one people that got to play last week. Everybody else was gone.
You know, for once, I immediately have an announcement that I can do out the gate. And
Let's go.
It's
Oh, yeah,
Wednesday,
do
cool.
it.
So, for those of you who are in the kind of World of Warcraft sphere, you may have heard of the guild called Omen, known for their world first performance and all the raiding that they do. They're jumping into Destiny at some point very soon, aka on Friday, and there's an event where they are having some of their raiders run through Last Wish, one of my favorite Destiny raids, completely blind and with a lot of restrictions relative to what it is. They're not exactly going to be able to replicate day one world's first Riven because, yeah, nothing can ever replicate that nightmarish challenge. However, they are going to put their raiders through a little gauntlet. They're having a bunch of people cast it, and I am one of those people. I'm there for the first 3 hours on Friday. So if you want to catch the opening of the stream, go ahead and do it. I've also made a bunch of little lore snippets for people throughout the entire thing. So if you're interested, yeah, that's going to be available on Friday. That starts, I believe, at 1 p.m. UK time. So yeah, come along. Come watch some experienced WoW raiders have to do puzzles in a raid and try and figure out the visual language, which is the only thing that I have given them a hint to. As for the madness that is Riven symbols that they will have to endure, I cannot wait to watch them do Vault and try and understand.
They've never done any Destiny raid?
Never done any Destiny raid. The most they've been allowed to do, as best I know, is they've been allowed to do Shattered Throne, which is a dungeon that is somewhat adjacent and has a few of the things attached.
So obviously they have to be.
I mean, they've done some leveling. They've got like a bunch of different restrictions. So there's no Stasis or Strand, which are the two latest subclasses. There's no exotics that wouldn't have been released in Forsaken. So anything that isn't past those first like 2 years worth of Destiny content, they're not allowed to use it. They're allowed to level as much as they like because leveling at that point doesn't matter for the regards of it, but they know nothing. They know absolutely nothing about the raid. They have their competency with yeah. Oh, this is that's actually a good point. Let me grab the thing, but basically it's over on Omen's Twitch channel, I believe. I can go ahead and grab that in just a sec.
Their fun is my nightmare.
Which I'm gonna go ahead and just. I am making such a fool out of myself here because I don't believe it's. I don't know why I said Omen. I don't know why the hell I'm saying Omen. It's Echo. So what am I doing here? Sorry, I've been awake all day. It's Echo, not Omen. What the bloody hell am I doing? Oh, point being,
Sounds like a good omen.
Oh, it sounds like a something. Point is, yeah, Echo is doing this all of Let's restart all of that. Yeah, Echo is doing a thing with Last Wish. God, what is wrong with me? Yeah, point being, catch it on Echo's Twitch channel. That will be up on Friday, and it starts at 1 p.m. UK time, which I don't know the exact times of that over on Eastern Standards. But you can find that
8 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern, and then 5 a.m.
5 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 a.m.
On Twitch, it is twitch.tv/echo_esports, which I will go ahead and I don't know if I'm allowed to post that in the thing, but I'm posting it in the Stormforge chat just in case. But yeah, you'll be able to find that in everything that's going on. Why Omen? Anyway, now that I've screwed up my announcement, that's it. That's all good.
You're in the trust tree.
Do I have anything? Only thing top of my head is check out One Shot Podcast. There's a Orbiter Blues mini-series there that Ed and I are actually in. I'm taking my mantle as Blank, my orbital racer, again in that. And you get to see a very different side of them. And you get to see Ed play a very sweet older man. Very sweet older man as we are sad space cowboys together, basically. So check that out on One Shot Podcast. Everywhere you can find podcasts. I personally listen to it on Spotify, but I think you can find it pretty much anywhere that podcasts are cast. Also on May 11th at 5 p.m. Eastern over on Cellular's channel, we're going to be doing a talkback for Beyond the Brook, where I'll also be on screen, and you can just ask us questions about what the production was like, what the story was, just any questions that you have or had while watching the show. And just so it's also an excuse for us to talk about our characters and the experience of it all, because we became very close during the recording sessions and very emotional. So now we get to put that out there for everyone to watch once again. But that's May 11th on Stellar Luna's channel at 5 p.m. Eastern. And keep an eye out on my socials for a thing I'm doing. I don't know if I'm allowed to say anything about it, but I'm going to anyway because my GM can't stop me right now.
Classic Drak.
But it's going to be fun. It's going to be, all I will say is going to be very wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey is what I will say.
That's a great way to put it.
Love that. Love that teaser.
Wibbly
What could he-
wobbly timey wimey.
What could he possibly be referencing? It sounds very obscure. I don't know.
No one could ever figure it out from that.
I mean, I know, so I'm like, that makes sense, but I don't know if anybody else knows.
No, it's quite literally a very famous quote from the
There
thing.
you go. If you know the
Yeah.
thing.
So if you know the thing, you know the thing. But yeah, that's everything from me.
It's my favorite line from John Carpenter's The Thing, you know? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
they go on, they describe it and how wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey the monster out of the thing is. Yeah, it's terrifying, honestly. Horrifying.
Yeah. I personally love it in Alice in Wonderland. It was really great of the rabbit
Oh
to
god,
say that too.
yeah. Actually, when they referenced it in Blade Runner as well, that was really
Oh,
good.
yeah. I remember that one.
Somebody's going to check all of this, by the way, on YouTube.
Enjoy. Those are all great.
And
They're actually all great media, yeah.
they're going to go, well, damn, it wasn't any of them.
Come around on socials.
They
Look at it next time,
bamboozled
Tiger.
me with John Carpenter.
And all right, my turn. You
Yeah, your turn.
So yesterday we just premiered our brand new charity TTRPG utilizing the One Ring system in the heavily coveted world of Middle Earth called the Fourth Age. So, we've seen content of it to prior stuff, and now we're kind of taking control of it via GMing it. And then the cast includes me, Bet Godsey or Caustic Phoenix, Critical Bard. I'm blanking on stuff right now. Black Realm Mage. And then we have Jasper Cartwright as well. However, Jasper just recently had a baby, so he agreed to everything before baby, which means that live stuff is not as possible. So we were able to pre-record 8 sessions for him, and then he'll be with us for the penultimate and the finale. I will say really quickly, the audio is pretty bad on the first episode because Zencaster compresses the hell out of everything, and then toward the second half, I had everybody just join Discord. So
Yeah.
it gets better, but the content is not going to be edited and up on YouTube the way that it used to be. Ed and I are going to wait until the end. So you'll have to watch the poor audio for this last one. Hopefully the rest of them are fine. But then we'll release them on YouTube and also do like talkback stuff. And it'll be really nice so that you can enjoy the series in all its glory. But yeah, if you love Lord of the Rings and you love charity, check it out on Tuesdays, twitch.tv/WoundedWarrior Project, 12 p.m. PT or 3 p.m. Eastern. I'm still buzzing. Is it Tuesday yet? I'm so ready. It's beautiful. I'm in love with everybody's characters. And I got to wear my Biddy ears because I play Hobbit.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
We made a comeback. Made me so happy.
So you already recorded 8 episodes?
So they're shorter sessions. I would say it's roughly like 3 hours of content, but it's just for Jasper and it's more so like a side quest. So instead of just having a break in the middle of the show, we toss up like 25 minutes of his content. And so you get to see,
Okay,
like, what
so
his
you
character
still
is
have the
doing, and we'll
live
meet
show
up.
plus that. Okay.
Yeah, it was a nice little insert. That way we could still have them there in the world that he wanted to take part in. And at the same time, have that little side quest that people get to enjoy, similar to how you do in shows or films. And
Very
Nice.
cool. Very
it
cool.
was really, really neat. So I'm excited. But yeah, go watch that in the VODs. Have
I'm
fun. Turn
actually
your
gonna
volume all the way up in the first half, and then turn it down in the second half.
I also have to say, I'm still in awe of how absolutely phenomenally talented that cast is. It's a all-star
It's-
cast. It's fantastic.
It's a
Powerhouse
dream
cast.
table. It was wild just sitting. It's so nice, and it's similar to like this table, how people are so engaged with everybody's bit whenever they're not in it, because only 2 PCs met, because we're all over Middle Earth trying to come together in some way that seems
Yeah.
organic, and it's just it's so delightful to have a group of pure storytellers and those who care about this world. It's nice.
Of it. Well, we still have a lot of work to do on my announcement, but I will let everyone know that by hell or high water, we will be playing Vecna Eve of Ruin when it releases in early access on D&D Beyond 2 weeks early next week. And I can tell you that it's going to be on a Thursday. And I can tell you that there is a whole other list of new characters other than one person that's sitting at this table that can't resist an invitation to play more D&D in their already packed schedule. But I will say that me and Sam will be playing Vecna Eve of Ruin together on Thursday nights. But there are going
That's
to
what
be...
sold me. You said nights.
I'm so jealous. Oh my god.
There are so many people that could not play in the time slot that's there. That's what's so sad when I know. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like immediately I go, yep, this is a no. This is a no. This is a no.
Unless you're willing to stay up till 5 a.m.
As someone who was in that time.
I know.
Yeah,
2 years ago.
2 years.
I can't.
As someone who actively is, like, truly the only reason why I wouldn't have been able to play because I have another game on Thursdays that ends at 5 a.m. So, like, I couldn't have done it, but God, that sounds fun.
Yeah, we're super excited because it's the first module in a long time that looks like it's just going to be a treat. Hopping around the multiverse. It's not a spoiler if you've really watched anything that the D&D channel's released. They're going all over. They're going to be in Greyhawk. They're going to be in Krynn. They're going to be in Dragonlance. They're going to be in Eberron. They're going to be in the Forgotten Realms. It's pretty much Infinity War against Vecna as he tries to. I mean, he's already a god. Now he's trying to become a god in every multiverse. Is pretty much what I've heard. So yeah, good luck to our PCs. And I will share this. There are so many iconic characters I am probably going to lean on our cast as we announce them and invite them to take on some of these iconic characters, because literally it's everything in D&D.
I would be down to do that for like a short stint to play like one of the like one of the NPCs. I'd be down for that.
We've already got Drak's already signed up for the 3 a.m. slot to play one of our villains. I mean, because they're all. I think it would be a disservice if one person tried to play Myshkin Boo all the way up through Vecna. Like it's literally everyone. I don't think they've left a single person out. And I've been thinking this as far as like a GM scale. I'm like, I think I'm gonna invite some people along.
That does sound like fun.
Share the wealth a little bit. Like, you know, you could be excited about playing, like, you know, you're going in, you're going to play Curse of Strahd. Yeah, I'm excited. Like, I'm going to be Curse of Strahd. But when you have Strahd plus 10 other villains, it's almost villain overload. Like, share.
At them.
I mean, I'm gonna be real. If you need, I don't know about RPing again at 3 a.m. But what I can tell you is, if you need a quick voiceover of something, hit me up. I'm out of 10.
Ooh.
You know? Maybe Vecna's already destroyed a villain, and all you have left is, I don't know, recordings on an old gramophone that you found somewhere in Steam City.
Fife working his way into the grimoire.
That makes sense. I mean, I can see that.
It's a busted Warforge, and the only thing it's got left of it is its voice servos, and the last thing it was able to record. There you go.
Yeah, so we cast is all set. Everybody is super busy at the moment, so we're gonna try to ring folks together. We're not even onboarded into the VTT yet, so I had hopes of playing the basically they released like a preamble kind of quest on D&D Beyond to get you in the campaign, but it's very odd because it's all set for 5th level, and that campaign takes place at 10th level. So it's not really meant for you to bring in your characters that you start with. It's more of like to set the story up. So it looks like we'll be skipping playing that, because I thought about playing that this week. But I want to start off fresh because that's how YouTube works. You want to be in the first week when the module drops. So
yeah.
Once I actually do a proper Canva graphic and throw everybody on, you get to find out about the rest of the cast. And while we're on the topic of adding additional D&D, whenever we get done setting this campaign up, I am setting up an East Coasters campaign on Mondays. To come very soon with East Coast friends to play in a time slot right when they get off work to accommodate their schedules. So all I can say is expect industry professionals to slot in on a Monday game here very soon. And I don't know what we're going to play. We could be Homebrew, we could be Module. I have not decided just yet. And yes, I see you, chat. I will unpause, lay stream loots. It has been a hot minute since we've been back in my no air conditioned seat back here in the office. It's just I can feel the sweltering humidity boiling inside this room now. It's my favorite. But we need to pick up where we left off last week. And the culmination of a very wild birthday party for Ziva. We had a bunch of lore dropping RP between our characters, avoiding a conflict with a machine AI that seems as foreign as anything else inside this world. You guys were able to use the Blade of Second Chances to escape whatever mental prison Simarek, the grafter of realities, pulled you into. Returning back home only to see Loluphia once again use her Omega level powers to help the city of Stormforge stay afloat as one of the first power outages in modern times could have led the city to sink beneath the clouds. But with the help of her own divination and air elementals from the Aarakocras that have begun roosting at the very top of the city, Ziva experienced his first power outage on his birthday. Candles haven't been lit in Stormforge in quite some time. With Myshkin once again strolling about the streets, this time slightly less brooding and a bit more himself, as his own transformation has occurred, embracing himself for the first time. You all pick back up after a hearty long rest in the perfect ASMR storm of your life. Thanks to Loluphia and the divination of the city. As you guys wake up, there is once again still this looming storm over the city. But there is no threat to the power grid. No moments of anything being overcharged. Just a simple storm inside the city that bears its name. Let's make a Constitution saving throw, which we haven't made in a very long time, just to get up at the hotel that is the loving family of the Amberforge.
Hotel is very generous for the way that we treat this place. It's more of a hostel, really, and it really
How
deserves better
dare
than
you
that.
compare their accommodations to a hostel? They have a room
I'm
of
not-
requirement
I'm-
now.
I'm not saying that it's not hotel level standard. I'm saying the way we treat this place by just rolling up to it on constant is like a hostel.
True. There's probably days where work really needed to get done, and now they have that room to get away.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Yeah.
As I forget where my character sheet is at all times, now that I have 50 nested folders. Come on, Constitution. Ooh, I'm
We
very
all
much
pretty
asleep.
bad.
You're up, Lolly.
I actually can't. Sorry. You're gonna have to give me a second.
Kallisto. You're in the same room, so apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. You are muted, my friend.
Oh, I was muted.
Also, I'm good now. If you want to talk.
Okay, never mind.
Like-
You can go.
I am on fire.
Hello over the
You can go
face.
ahead, Sam. Do you want to go or should I?
Oh, since you're already starting, we can
Yeah.
do ours together though if you want.
Yeah. Kallisto is exhausted. If he had any say in the matter, I think he'd sleep the rest of the day away. But he is fully aware, and I think especially after the events of last night, that they have a job to do as wardens, but also as just parents. So I think, I imagine there's like an alarm clock of some kind. I think he set an alarm to wake him up because he's fully aware that he won't if he doesn't. He sets an alarm and it goes off. I think it's something built by Ifrit most likely, and it's on the other side of the room because Kallisto has a tendency to hit the snooze button in his sleep when it goes off. So he put it on the other side of the room, so he has to get up to snooze if he wants to. And once he's up, he's up. What's the point anymore? So you hear a ringing of the alarm clock on the other side of the room, and it's a groan from Kallisto, facing his pillow, going, and then reach over and hit the bedside table, and find there's nothing there. Okay, and we'll roll out of bed.
Lolly's letting you do all of it. Her body's sore after exerting so much energy. It's like that you just did your best workout ever, and the next day sucks. So she's just listening to you struggle, and normally she would help. She's like, no, not today.
Yeah. He swings his legs over the bed and just sits there for a bit. You hear the annoying ringing of the alarm clock still going on in the other side of the room, and he rubs his face, turns and looks to see you still in bed. I think it was like groaning in pain still, just like aching, go over and kiss you on the forehead before getting to his feet and shuffling over to the alarm clock and switching it off. Ollie, we need to wake up.
Yeah, I know. And she's rolling over on her side and just looking at you, just like head still in the pillow.
He looks so disheveled. Like the bags under his eyes are bagging. Like it's rough, and
I feel like they've never looked more unkempt than they do today.
Yeah.
These two wardens always look so put together, and of course they will for people again. But in this moment, even in their sleep, they wake up and it's like beauty rest was a thing. I don't think that happened last night.
No, they've
definitely
been
look a little more haggard this morning.
Yeah, they look like parents.
They look like
they look like parents. Oh
Wait,
my! To have parent art of you two, not an
oh
adventure.
My God, imagine us like in a fluffy robe with
Like
a
a
mug
house
of coffee in
coat.
hand. Yeah.
Oh my God! Everybody in their like pajamas or comfy wear from the. Oh, can you imagine little Kaivar with his stocking cap? Oh.
Say, how does it raises the question? How does Kaivar wear pants? You know, like
Truly,
I
this is
think
like
Kaivar's a robe person. I think Kaivar wears like a robe.
for sure.
Yeah. I can see that.
I can neither confirm nor deny. Yeah,
Man.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
with as many feathers as I already have in my normal outfit. Like I guess I would look like Ric Flair. Like I definitely have to have some Ric Flair drip to my.
Ric Flair. Oh my God. God, I loved Ric Flair. Like, when I was like really into wrestling, I loved Ric Flair. Is he still wrestling?
Thankfully, he had his last match, but if it were up to him, he would just die in that ring.
What a
God, I remember some
go-getter.
of the. Yeah.
Basically,
some of the bloodiest people I've ever seen was definitely Ric Flair in like cage matches. Like he went all out.
definitely lived the life. Now you can find him in a handful of Tampa bars just about any point in time during the day.
I love that. But yeah, Kallisto just kind of, like you said, like we look so disheveled, so haggard. But Kallisto looks over to Loluphia and just says, we just see if we can hold counsel with folks from the airplane and see if we can figure something out between Stormforge and them and Yancy Bin.
We haven't received a letter or anything yet, right?
Not that I've seen. and
They work slow as molasses, she says, stretching and getting up.
At about that time,
Bureaucracy.
God, you called it right before I could do it. I was gonna throw the as the bird blitzes past your window and shoots a nice little wax-sealed, handwritten note with the seal of your Warden's Lodge.
Oh.
Speak
they
of the
are.
devil. I
It's
will.
almost like they have ears in here.
Like you said, we probably should do a sweep at some point. But I'm gonna shuffle over to the bed and sit on the bed and open
sitting
up
up now.
the.
Kind of like
Yeah.
scoots on her knees, like up behind you to look at the letter.
Yeah. And open up the letter.
The tone of the note that is written fits the line of per my last email.
Ew. Did it
Wow.
find us well?
No,
SNL
not
actually
at
finds
all.
me.
It is short, stagnant sentences, basically more proclamations of Yancy Bin, the plane of air, out of control storms. Please report.
As you read that out loud, just be like, I had it under control, actually.
It's a line item list of basically everything that has happened that you've been involved with.
This is like our trouble list.
It is basically your shit list, and it is signed for the first time from the Grand Warden themselves, Alan Kruger.
What does this mean to us? Like,
This is
is that a scary thing? Is that like a, at least they listened?
it's more of the justification of actions than it is anything else. It is a debriefing and a request basically to inform. You all have always been on above excellent terms with Grand Warden Kruger. This is more of him trying to catch up to what far advanced path that you're on. He has always been very suspecting of you guys being not just one, but 2 steps ahead of where everything else is at. And as you guys have seen, there's multiple fronts that have all kind of emerged recently as potential threats within the city.
Yeah.
So this is more of, we need to have this come to Jesus, and you need to let me know what you know so that I can do my job better.
Well, I'll be quite honest. I didn't think it'll get to Kruger so quickly. I thought it'd go through a lot more red tape before then.
It's almost as if they listened this time.
Yeah, I think they're learning from their mistakes.
Down at the bottom it says, and P.S.
Oh no.
I already know what the airship has been through.
That's good. Did Killfoot tell them?
Honestly, I imagine so.
Did
Joth is way more involved in the red tape and the
It was
bureaucracy
probably
of things than we are.
There we go.
Cuddle, yeah, it was Cuddle. Yeah.
It's gotta have been good.
Kelthad was meant to do it, but Cuddle probably did it. Yeah.
Can you imagine showing back up and it's only poor Ian Cuttlescar that is working on the airship when Grand Warden Alan Kruger
guy.
steps in asking questions?
He's like, I'm just an intern, man.
It might be even better than that, because it might be a case of he doesn't know who it is. It's just another person he can bitch to about the airship and what Kelthud put it through. That's the only justification. Doesn't know it's a Grand Warden. Doesn't have a single clue. It's just like, oh, you need to hear this story.
think we should get the others involved. We did, I guess, technically deputize them as deputy wardens.
Yes, but I don't know if they are allowed, especially if we've been summoned.
Specifically called. Yeah.
We can bring them. They can talk to Cuddle. Meet him. I'm sure he'd be delighted.
Yeah, let's do that then. I'll be quite honest. With our luck, if we go too far away from them, either us or they will find themselves in trouble.
Don't speak that into existence.
Even when I didn't, it happened. So trust me when I say speaking it won't change anything.
She just smiles because she knows how true this is. And scoots past you and getting out of bed. All right, well, I will leave that to you. I'm going to get ready. And she
Sounds
does.
good.
She starts by sitting at a vanity that they have and brushing her hair and just starting to freshen up, which will take her, much longer. She refuses to look the way that she has awakened.
Kallisto, on the other hand, doesn't care. This is his house. Actually, it's his parents' house. But, the same thing. He's gonna, a little less tired, but still looking just as haggard, will head down the stairs before knocking on his parents' doors and just wishing them a good morning before heading back down to find Faroük, Kaiva, and he would assume Myshkin, but Myshkin's gone out for a walk, right? Yeah.
Myshkin
So-
is
Left leg
gone.
before.
Yeah. So to find Faroük and Kaiva and basically get them up to date. But yeah, as I go down the stairs, what do I see? What do I see? Faroük and Kaiva, what are they up to?
Farouk is in his Ric Flair drip. Now that we've made this canon, I am in my black and red, very very luxurious robe, and this morning you can smell onions and peppers as I am making Western omelets today. There's the smell of little bits of fresh fried sausage and that distinct smell of combinations of peppers and onions into the omelet. Dicing fine little bits of ham as well.
It's the fine ham and the sausage that does it for Kaiva. You can see him start to slowly, sort of involuntarily drag himself out of his crate. Predominantly led by the scent of food. Well cooked breakfast somewhere in the Amber Forge, all the time. Doesn't matter who's making it. It's always a good day.
Oh, if you have a nightcap, it needs to be the Sleepy Owlbear tea brand. This has come up on my Wednesday campaign, but yes, I made a brand of Sleepy Owlbear tea. And you can imagine it looks just like a little chibi owlbear sipping the cup. And
Just a guy.
Oh, so
That
good.
is fantastic, and yes, absolutely.
Good morning. Good morning.
I thought V was awake early or something. You're already cooking.
Oh, I got a little hungry overnight. I don't know. I guess I just all this actions worked up quite an appetite.
Well, there's going to be a bit more action, though hopefully not the physical kind. Morning, Kaiva.
Hello, Kallisto. Faroük?
What an atrocious noise.
Yes. Yes. You may never have met me in the morning. But let me tell you, that is the kind of it's the disturbing stretch noise that I make if ever I'm
God
waking
bless
up and
Al.
I'm truly screwed. Yes, she puts up with a lot. God bless her. That's most certainly one of the things.
That's after 12 rings from Quasimodo, my friend. That'll. You woke up on the hour, by the hour. It's no telling.
Mm-hmm. Goddamn Quasimodo. Who is up here ringing these bells at 3 in the morning.
Never forget.
I've completely lost where we were.
You're good. I just said good morning to Kaiba.
Yeah, you just see Kaiba continuing to waft in the direction of the food. Very groggy. Still needs to shake himself out of his stupor.
Like an omelet zombie.
Yes, actually.
Food motivated in the morning.
Zombie.
I understand.
Farouk would definitely hand feed you a couple of pieces, like as he's dicing it up, like, give this a try. He's very much a grazer while he cooks as well, so.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
If you don't do that, what's the point of cooking? You gotta constantly be trying.
It's so funny because every time I'm cooking, I'm like, I'm so hungry, I want to cook something, and I'm grazing while cooking, and by the time I'm done, I'm like, I'm not hungry anymore.
Yeah. Shit, we call that chef's bane right there.
Honestly, probably best to talk about this over breakfast then. Need any help with anything, Farouk?
I do. These oranges aren't going to squeeze themselves. As I pull out the crazy contraption, I imagine we have, like, our blender has to just look wild. You know, like have a hand crank on the side and like have like.
I think with the way, because I think most of the time, if you're very busy with commissions anyway, so you can't do like many custom builds. But I think like anything that we do have, like the microwave, the blend, anything like that, if we even have a microwave, but like there's probably the stove. But the blender is definitely like a store-bought blender, but then heavily like refurbished and redecorated, redone by Ifrit with extra features and stuff added to it. But yeah, Kallisto will get to squeezing the squeezing the oranges.
Oh yeah, we're getting some fresh OJ, baby.
Yeah, so definitely get started on that. And again, almost like just like his mother, seems to know the kitchen like the back of their hand. Doesn't even need to look up to where they're grabbing bits of utensils or plates or cups, stuff like that. But yeah, we'll help as best they can.
About 10 oranges in, you're really wondering where that damn birthday boy is to take over. You've squeezed a lot of fresh juice in this house.
We sent him to bed early yesterday because he had school today.
Oh,
actually, so he should be awake at some point.
You won't even pull him out.
Yeah,
because you called him in for help and then you were there.
It's gonna start having a venture attitude.
I think yeah. Now that Sam pointed that out, I think Kallisto will be like, okay, yeah, we woke up a little bit late last night,
but you don't need to know that. Continue.
Yeah, Kallisto doesn't know that. Yeah, Kallisto doesn't know that, so Kallisto feels guilty for waking up Ziva in the middle of the night. So he's gonna let Ziva sleep in a little bit, and he'll send a letter to the school to be like, "Hey, sorry, he's gonna be a little bit late."
That's more like it. Give the boy a half day.
A half day? Okay, I said a little bit late, but a half day is a lot.
Well, you know, if you bring him in at 11 o'clock, nothing's going to get done between 11 and 12. All you can think about is what you're going to eat next for lunch. And then...
What time is it right now?
I imagine it's like 8, maybe 7, 8 o'clock in the morning.
So school starts at 9.
You guys have
Maybe
school
like
starting at 9? God, that's generous.
My son does now. In elementary, he did it, and it was very early. It was 7:45.
When was it?
Yep, that's
Americans have wild.
Joke's on y'all. I was raised feral.
My school started like gates opened at 8 o'clock. Lessons started at like 9.
Yeah, that's how Leif says right now.
I broke so many rules, I don't even remember what time they required me to be there.
That was it really did depend. But like, oh god. There's the typical thing of classes start at 8:30 on my side of things, but like there were things which happened before, and let me tell you, you were doing my few terms where I did rowing, bane of my existence.
You did rowing as well? I did rowing as well.
Well, fucking getting in for fucking 6:30 in the morning. Respectfully, that shit. Like,
I did rowing, but I also did.
You've used all my F word counts all on rowing, so you've maxed it out.
I did rowing, so came in early, but I also did after school further mathematics, which is like AP math. So I'd be like there from like 7 o'clock in the morning to like 5 o'clock in the afternoon because of all the extracurricular I'm doing.
Oh, I've had those days too. But legit, oh god, nothing is worth falling in the Thames, man. Nothing is worth it. It's...
You did too. I also fell in the Thames.
Dude, it surprises you. You're just.
I reached forward. Like... I accidentally let go of one of the rows, and I reached forward to grab it, and it just flipped. The whole boat flipped on me. It was the worst.
I had to. I was at one end of the boat, and I had to be one of the two people who does the lift and pulls it out of the water. And let me bloody tell you, me and the other guy, the Cox at the other end, literally. Like, we took one extra step forward towards the boat, both of us up to here. And this is the Thames, man. This is not... You don't want your head to go under in the Thames. This is
yeah.
I knew my Pip-Boy was going off with both of your radioactivity.
We got the authentic Fallout London experience, right?
Yeah. If you were in the Mississippi, you could have become both radioactive and pulled down by a catfish.
That's what I am. Radioactive.
I've been turned into a gulper.
Actually, no. We had the Red River.
Oh god.
The Red River? That's a terrifying name.
It's called the Red River because of a certain clay. That makes sense.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, it's from hell.
And blood, yeah.
Not to be confused.
There's
That's where we drag them in the boondocks.
Yeah, no. Ah.
That's where the gators drag them.
So we don't get to go off on a tangent again. I was in the locket. I'll reach out to Loluphia and just say, I was gonna let Ziva go late because we did wake him up late last night. But now Farouk saying you should give him just a full half day. I feel like a half day is
a half day.
A lot. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think we should. An hour late, fine. Woke him up last night, but a half day's a lot.
Remind me to not let Farouk babysit.
Okay, yeah. No, I honestly won't even suggest it, so you don't need to worry about that.
You can't hear it.
You can't hear it. This is telepathic.
Man, have you seen the look on his face? He has no idea.
Well, I'm over here making omelets.
By the way, he's making breakfast, so I'm going to give everyone a briefing of what's going on over breakfast.
All right. Oh, that smells nice. I thought it was V's. All right, maybe he can't.
So did I.
On weekends.
Weekends, yeah. V would be around then, so. And yeah, I'll just keep helping until Loluphia's down, and I think after an hour I will go up to wake up Ziva. To be like, we let you sleep in now, but you have to go to school.
Hang on.
Ziva's already eating because Farouk actually snuck some food to Ziva in his room.
He's got leftover like birthday cake. It's a little stale,
Oh,
so it makes it crunchy.
birthday cake in bed. Oh, so gross.
He hears you. Do you peek your head in, or are you knocking around?
I would knock. I definitely knock.
He tries to hide it after he's like nibbling on it. Good morning.
Morning. I was going to say birthday boy, but I suppose prior birthday boy. And I'll creak
It's my
the
birthday
door.
for like the whole week.
Birthday month boy. How about that?
And you hear a thump as he hits the floor and shuffles over to open the door.
Let you sleep in a little bit late, but you still need to go to school today.
Knowing full well he did not sleep in. He slept, and then he woke up early because he was just still buzzing about everything.
Yeah.
What's for breakfast?
Omelets, orange juice, and probably a bunch of other stuff. Farouk is cooking, so I expect it to be good.
Farouk's cooking. And he shuffles past you.
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, okay, I'll meet you down there.
Yep.
running down the stairs, and you would hear the loud thumps coming down the staircase. Farouk, I heard you're cooking! As he's running into the kitchen.
Come here, I saved the ham bone just for you.
I don't think I've ever had ham bone.
Oh, this is the best. It's like ham in rib form.
I don't think I've ever had ribs. Okay.
What?
Definitely
He
had
sits.
ribs.
He sits happily. Yeah, but he doesn't know any better. He's like, Grandma just cooks stuff and puts it on my plate. I don't know what it is.
Don't know where it comes from or how it happens, but it
Oh,
happens.
so this is ribs. Yeah.
I have those.
And I would then go over to my parents' room and just be like, Mom, Farouk is making breakfast, so you don't need to worry about that. Is V awake? Shouldn't she be heading off to work?
Actually,
I think
they have full breakfast in bed, as Farouk has been up earlier and has taken care of them first before the rest of the group.
Aww.
They do not have to leave the room today after the chaos of yesterday. Everything is set up the way they like it. However they do their tea, beverages. There is even a tiered platter in there. Farouk somehow found some time to make some homemade macaroons that are in there.
Okay.
There's some fingerling sandwiches. Like, he's been up for a hot minute.
So I'd like to alter my statement previously about how we treat this place like a hostel. Everyone but Farouk treats this place like a hostel.
I think as like they as they say this through the door, they'll hear like not commotion, but they'll hear that they're awake on the inside. So like, I'm coming in, and they'll open the door and see Ifjin and V just very happily in bed eating food, and Ifjin will look up and go, "Oh, don't worry, Farouk already gave us some food." And I'm like, "Oh, you're looking comfortable. Okay, I'll leave you to it."
Loluphia's showing up behind you as you're doing this. Why didn't he give us breakfast in bed?
I don't know.
Not that I just saved all of Stormforge or anything.
I know, right? God. I think Ifjin will probably like raise a now empty glass of orange juice and be like, "Can you get a picture for me and refill it?" And Kallisto's like, "Yeah."
Molly's gonna nudge you and be like, "It's your mom."
Yeah. And they'll refill the glass, and Ifjin just like, "I love Farouk. Farouk should come over more often. Why aren't you more like Farouk?" I've been raising you for years now, and you've never done this for me, and Farouk has been here for a couple of weeks. God, you need to be more like Farouk. Like, I've been very busy, Mom. I'm a warden. We've been at it constantly, and he's been a deputy warden with you. He's been busy with you. You've been going everywhere with each other, and he still found the time and energy to do this for us.
I'm just gonna say everyone knows a parent like this, which is this is
The most relatable thing possible.
Just enjoy. God, we're gonna be out for the most of today. Warden business. We need to talk to them about everything that's gone down. So we won't be around. Enjoy. If you need us, you know how to reach us. And V just, I think, pinches Kallisto's cheeks. Doesn't join in the gentle razzing. I think V is more of the gentle lover, whereas Ifjin's like the lovingly roasting kind of parent. But Ifjin goes, "Yeah, we're fine. Farouk has taken care of us." Whatever. I will walk out, closing the door.
Kallisto's gonna start craving violence over omelets here.
It's playful roasting. I think that's like the relationship Ifjin and them have all the time. So like, he doesn't take it personally, but he will just mumble as you go down the stairs. "The omelet can't be that good. Probably can make better omelets." Whatever. So go down the stairs to join everyone.
You hear
downstairs
Ziva
for breakfast.
"This is the best omelet I've ever had." Whoa.
Damn it.
I just realized that Stormforge is just Full House, the D&D party. Kallisto's
damn, before this
just
is full
Danny
house.
Tanner having to deal with the 8 chuckle that have all occupied his house.
Oh man.
But yeah, with the letter in hand, I'll join everyone for breakfast. I guess Ziva's here, so we'll get to hear about this. I don't think this is classified at this point, especially with the literal citizens of the airplane being like taking roost in above Stormforge. But yeah, as Kallisto like cuts into the omelet and takes a bite and goes, "God damn, it is good. For fuck's sake." He'll be like, "We just got correspondence from the Grand Warden, Kruger. We're gonna have audience with them, and I'm of the opinion that you all should come with. You've experienced all of this with us, and you're officially deputized wardens. But Loluphia pointed out it was very specifically she and I who were called. So you might, I don't know, have to wait outside or at a lobby. But we're going to be seeing if you can get the wardens all band together to, at the very least, defend Stormforge when, if or when, and it's starting to seem like when, Yancy Ben and their forces attack. And give them a lowdown of our plan, which I believe, if we're still on the same page, to see if we can get whatever the thing we experienced last night and Yancy Ben butting heads rather than butting heads with us.
Speaking of Yancy Ben, where's Myshkin?
Yeah, I noticed that. I assumed they were just out for a walk. I know.
Rain?
Ooh,
I mean,
you guys may have
last
not
night.
seen the transformation.
We didn't.
We have.
Nobody did.
Yeah.
Oh,
No one's seen it. It was just.
I look at
I
Kaivar.
think
Yeah.
Kaiba was there.
I look
Oh, did y'all see it?
Farouk.
I think
Yeah,
Kaiba
we-
and Farouk saw it,
We
yeah.
made commentary on it, but you guys might not have seen it.
No, we went upstairs. Well, because we also weren't in the room.
Yeah.
I don't
yes,
know
yes.
exactly how to explain this.
Then don't just do.
Myshkin went to stretch his legs, yes, and his hands and horns, yes.
You know of
Can
his horns.
Yes.
What did we miss?
Myshkin is very
2 seconds. Rolling an intelligence check for this one. Kaivar avoids saying that Myshkin is very horny now.
But Bife doesn't.
Oh no. You get this terrible pun either way.
I failed the intelligence check.
Nope. Task failed successfully.
yes. His horns they have grown. Yes.
honestly
they-
not these.
Fool?
Oh, yes. They are very regal. Yes.
I mean,
Interesting.
congrats to him. I suppose he was a late bloomer. Don't Rakshasa usually grow their horns quite? I didn't want to say anything, but
Oh,
He's
he's gonna elbow you. Stop.
ow!
embraced more of his true form. He left with a smile on his face. He went for a walk in the rain. I know how cliche it can be at the moment, but I think he's out there getting used to himself and his own skin.
All right, then I will. And she's getting up from the table and taking her dish and Ziva's because he's just done and just listening to this. And as she sets it in the sink, I'll write a letter and leave it on the table for if he returns before we do. And we'll just let V and Ifrit know.
Speaking of letter, actually, and I'll grab a piece of paper and quickly write. We let Ziva. Ziva wasn't feeling too great. Sorry, he's late. He isn't. I'd say sorry he's late. Kallisto and Loluphia, and then fold up and go. Give this to your teacher so you don't get in trouble for being late.
They're not gonna believe this. You should have said that I'm under the weather. Get it?
What's
Because it's raining. Okay, and he gets up.
You're not even
go
a dad yet.
Brush my fur.
In a future scene that none of us will see, there's going to be two parents that are there from the PTA of whatever school that he goes to that are just going to gossip with each other. Oh, look, it's them sending another note in, just like usual. It's just awful that boy has to be raised by wardens like that. They must keep him up all night. That poor
He feeds
child.
their kids in every sport.
Yes, absolutely wrecks them. Every
That's why
sport.
they're haters.
If I know anything about the way the South operates, this all immediately drops the moment that any one of the family walks vaguely in proximity. Hey y'all,
Hey,
how
y'all.
you doing?
Oh, absolutely.
Hope you're having a
100%.
blessed day.
100%.
And the thing is, the smiles seem very genuine. We're great at acting.
That's why my persuasion and my deception are pretty high for.
You're Southern?
I'm the equivalent of Southern in Stormforge. Yeah.
Has advantage on all PTA bullshit.
So that letter has advantage.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait.
I just don't
RoBear,
know how they
I
get
have
away
this in
with
my
it.
notes. Hang on. And I've been waiting forever to use this. So there was a moment when we were still using Pathfinder mechanics, and I had a roll that I could do called Prepare Papers. And I rolled a nat 20 on it, and
yeah.
you said, I will honor that when you need it. Could I write this letter as if it's like a doctor's excuse?
Well,
I
that
know the
would
reason to
qualify
use
as
it,
as a forgery.
I mean, yeah, it's Prepare Papers.
Why are we
It'll make
forging it
anything
when we
seem 100%.
Why are we forging? We can just say we're his parents. So it's literally
Well, no, because if it's
We're
a
the
doctor's
parents.
excuse. So the way that things work here in the States, whenever y'all are done cackling, is you do not get an excused absence unless it is a doctor's excuse.
Plausible
I guess, yeah.
deniability.
So-
It
Absence,
gets
yeah.
it gets marked against you, which is bad. Because then you
Yeah,
can go into
that
treatments,
applies here
and
as well.
that's not good.
I would say it
that applies
goes.
here as well.
You've done this so many times. You actually have the seal of like the
No.
triage doctor from the from the warden's lodge. Actually,
We're close friends.
Like, yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. There's something mighty sus about that, and just leaving that out there.
It works. We did it when I was a kid.
It was a different time,
We had a
Kaivar.
good friend.
And you know what? Just because I've been watching so much, X-Men '97, we're gonna call it Dr. Xavier at the Warden's Lodge because we can.
Yes.
Oh my god. I like that. I like that.
I like adding a random H, Xavier.
Yeah.
Octavia.
Copyright. Okay, then do I get to keep my prepared papers?
Of
If we're
course.
just that good at forging already.
Of course.
Doctor's notes? We're bad.
So
man.
good.
Love that. So you hand that to Ziva to hand that to the teacher.
Yeah, Ziva's getting ready.
Yeah.
And Lolly is writing a note to Myshkin.
And I think then Kallisto will be the one to give Ifrit and V the update of like, keep an eye out for Myshkin. He might come while we're out. The food we prepared for him is in the fridge. Let him know. And then, yeah, we'll after I think, and then we'll actually get ready because he went downstairs and to join everyone in his still sleeping gown, like
Lolly's
fucking
ready.
night. Yeah, so he gets ready. I think he takes just as long as Lolly. I think Lolly and Kallisto both take very long to get prepared. They have like a skincare routine, got
That's
a
why
hair
they're so
routine.
pretty. They're pretty couple.
Got very specific beard routine, got like a beard ointment and everything, and then goes down to join everyone.
All right, is everybody ready? She seals this little letter and Writes very pretty, Myshkin, on it, with like a little circle as the eye dot on top of the eye.
Farouk is over there sweating. He's got the bandana tied over across his head. He's like, hold on. You can see he's banging on this very old espresso machine. I gotta run coffee over to Ziva and Ifrit, and I'll be ready. I promise.
Ziva?
Ziva, you mean V and
V and F.
is not drinking coffee.
I'm sorry. This damn thing just gets me all worked up.
Ziva hears this halfway down the stairs. Yeah, I've never had coffee ever. You said the caffeine brownie. That was his birthday brownies yesterday.
And we don't know, do we? We don't know that.
They don't affect you. Don't.
I'm gonna go to school. Good luck. See you later. As he's
See you later,
grabbing his
Ziva.
bag and a piece of zucchini bread and running out the door with an umbrella.
In his mouth, still running out.
It's his anime moment.
So good.
I'll give the espresso machine like a very expert percussion engineering. Just like you have to hit Farouk, you have to hit here, and just like hits on the side in a specific way.
Come on.
It doesn't work again. Can Lolly unplug it and plug it back in, and it works?
I hate both of you right now.
There's a whole routine. If you hit it here, if it doesn't work, you have to unplug it, wait 3 seconds, and plug it back in again. If
And
that
if it
doesn't
really
work,
doesn't
you
work, you should
have to do
whisper.
both of them at the same time.
Oh, so it works by ritual. Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's not a bad way to put it.
Yeah.
Why does it give coffee if you appease it? Yes.
I guess in a way, yeah.
It is a generous machine. Yes.
Sometimes, well, especially when you really need it.
Kaivar is going to affectionately punch the side of it in the same manner you have.
I think it works the moment you do. Like it just
It's
roars
actually
to life.
permanently fixed.
It's like, oh, whoa.
It even purrs.
Maybe.
Like I turned to Loluphia. It's not.
It's like it's gonna.
It's not shaking anymore. What's happening?
2 seconds. Do I have mending? Yeah, I have mending in my cantrips. Maybe that's what I've done.
You accidentally mended it.
I think he fixed it.
Yeah, I know I should be happy, but I'm kind of sad about it. I kind of like the whole ritual that we had to go through.
Odd thing to be sad about, my love.
Kaivar,
Yeah,
Thank you,
I know.
Kaivar.
It's just
Kaivar takes a little bow in front of the machine
Thank you, coffee machine. Yes.
and then grabs coffee for himself and then passes out to everybody else because, yeah.
Oh, thank you. To-go cups. We gotta.
yeah, it was to go cups. Yeah.
So, are you both good with coming with us then?
Of course.
All right.
With Farouk's assent, yeah, Kaivar will also go ahead, fall in attentively, and just sort of nod.
All right. If for some reason you cannot come and join the audience with us, you can meet Cuddles. And I'm sure Kilford would be there, so. But regardless, it'd be best if you can be with us. Now, and she is going to... Can I cast my, like, Storm Sphere as, like, an umbrella for them?
I was about to bring this up. We definitely look like the Avengers when we go out in a storm because we have so much magic. Your little storm spheres like above us, like we
Well,
look
lightning ignites her even more. Like, she's super energized. Her magic on point today.
ballin'. We look
Storm Sphere's even a
ballin'.
little wider. Yeah. And she puts on her white cloak that is now very clean thanks to Ziva.
Yeah.
All right. Stay close. Unless you want to leave the sphere, you'll get a little wet, but that's fine too. And she says, walking out the door, assuming
Yeah.
they're going to stay in the sphere, and if not, that's your fault.
Yeah. Closer stays close. He does not want to get his hair wet.
She holds your hand.
My feathers are waterproof anyway. Kind of shakes,
Really?
and what little bit of water is on those waterproof feathers as it hits Farouk's skin, it just and
Yeah.
evaporates anyway. Built-in dryer.
Is Farouk hot to the touch? Like, have we ever noticed that?
Oh yeah, he can be. He can regulate it though. When you've seen him specifically when his eyes go full cinder and you can't see his
He's really like burning hot.
and they're orange to begin with, but like once you can't see the pupils anymore and it's just cinder eyes, that's when you specifically know he is hot to the touch.
Kaivar is going to quietly and probably incorrectly clock that your eagle garb / feathers is actually duck feathers, given the whole water off a duck's back reference.
I was literally thinking that.
What, do you think I would take poor Farouk's feathers? You're crazy.
Oh, I've not said this. This is all in Kaivar's head. This is going to come out at some point.
At least he didn't say it was a cat.
Yes, this is true.
Ziva taught him
We're getting better. You know, the picture book.
Hey,
We're learning
it
that
was
Ziva
stacked
actually.
tall.
Yeah, we actually learned that Ziva actually has a knack for teaching,
Just not learning.
which is very interesting.
More of a do as I say, not as I do situation, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
As Farouk lands back on my shoulder, I have gotten all the bits and bobs of the gristly parts of the ham and saved it for him as I feed him as we walk.
Quick question. So we have like there's a warden's like I don't know if it's called a warden's lodge, but it's like a location where we everyday warden business kind of takes place.
Like a hall.
Is that where we're going to be?
It is the port and the hall are all connected. So that's just
And that's
one
what
wing
we
of
meet
it.
in-
You guys have just been
That's
over
where
in the
Lolly
hangar.
went. Whenever you were
Yeah.
back, getting your cool demon bullets.
Yeah. Now I was wondering. So I assume it would be me and the grand warden there, not like some special other location. It'll be the warden's hall.
No, it's just another part of the hall that we've never been in while we're live.
Awesome.
You guys can describe if you want to conjure any images of your own of what the lodge looks like as we go further into it. And I would imagine this is a very vertical building, like most are inside Stormforge. So we've been in the kind of hangar area, and it technically this would be a great spot for it right over here, because there's this nice tall building that's like almost lighthouse,
Good.
and
where are you
this
at?
little
Oh, okay.
area. So yeah, like this would be like the
That's not too far
hangar.
from us then, because we said we're like right here.
Yeah, around there. Yeah.
And then if
Forge,
the ports, one of the ports is down here.
Yeah. How
Okay.
convenient.
I think we've had like compared to other wardens, like I think Grand Warden Kruger very rarely sends personal like missives, but compared to most wardens, we probably have received the most just because we've ended up in quite a few like highly important or dangerous or urgent situations as wardens.
We attract trouble.
Yeah, we seem to be magnets for trouble, but also
But we
seem to be the
succeed.
only. Exactly, we seem to be the ones that are most fit to fix those problems as well. But I imagine like even those situations have never been. We've met Kruger face to face because of them. Maybe initially we did just because we were outstanding wardens, and he probably gave like an award or sugar handed or something like that. But in those
Yeah,
cases where
ceremonial stuff.
yeah, ceremonial stuff. But like, I think this is the first time that we're gonna have like unless you think otherwise, Sam. I think this might be the first time we're actually meeting them face to face for a mission rather than ceremonial stuff.
Yeah, maybe particularly for us as a couple, but since Lolly had grown up within the Warden Lodge,
That's actually a good point.
or,
Yeah,
like with them, I'm sure that she's had moments, probably not mission-esque because we have a board for that,
yeah.
but yeah, she's probably met him in passing, and he's like watched her grow, kind of thing.
Like Boy Scout beads that you get for how many campouts you've been. Lolly's
I'm
got
not a
like
boy.
2 more strings of beads than you do.
Never done it.
In Boy Scouts, the point of pride, if you have to go through rainy campouts, you get a black bead, and it shows you
Why
like
black?
because
Like,
it's
does that indicate
because it's
difficulty,
awful. You've
or-
gone out to enjoy nature, and it's rained the whole weekend. So like you've had this, it legitimizes that you've gone through some very soggy, long weekends. It's a point of pride and bragging rights.
Where's my blackweed? Yeah. So we approach this. It's roughly probably about a 20-minute walk, maybe a little bit longer with the rain and people trying to maneuver like crowd in front of them as we push through.
That's actually a good question. After the blackout,
Yes.
so we had the first blackout in a long time. What are the streets of Stormforge looking like as we go outside?
There is more chatter than normal. Almost as much as you saw whenever the mechanical dragon landed as you walked through the marketplace and bazaar. People are talking and they are buzzing. Everybody has their, 3 cents on, what transpired, whether, individuals clamoring about, but that old technology can only last so long before it needs to get replaced. I told you, since my husband was down in the mines, conversations of inadequacy of the science that holds Stormforge together, the flat out denial of possible divination use, to other people clamoring about it being divination use. There is all the perspectives of what a general eyesight of what's happened, as well as some people, I told you it was going to be doom when all those Aarakocras showed up.
Lolly would make it a point to not make eye contact with anybody. Just like, this is very uncomfortable. Neighbors meeting neighbors for the first time in years. They never come outside.
In particular, the
even
academic
know?
zones are a buzz. You can tell that there are. Today is a day of meetings everywhere as the city tries to sort out what the hell is going on.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, sorry. Sorry to interrupt. I was very curious when you mentioned us going through the streets.
Yes.
Something very weird happened yesterday. What's everyone thinking? But yeah, we'll lead the way to the Warden's Hall.
There is a level of general level of anxiety, but overall, these are people that are used to having their problems solved fairly quickly. So there's this underlying current of that science always takes care of us, no matter what. Because they've had this faith in the sciences and academia all the way back to the founding of this city, when they ascended from the mountains into the sky to farm Stormore. So even the thought that something could stop the most progressive city in Faltura almost seems foolish to them.
I think as much of a falsehood that is, science quite literally failing them quite literally hours ago, and divination being what solved that, I think there's at least as far as Kallisto is concerned, there is a level of Kallisto, as far as Kallisto is concerned, as a warden, it's his job to worry so that the civilians can think that they always will be okay. They want, as a warden, Kallisto believes that we are doing our job when people can be sure that they'll be fine and not have to worry every waking moment. So even though the faith is misplaced, he is still glad that and wants to preserve the fact that they can continue being fear-free. The part of him doesn't want to be like, it was actually my wife, but he want to do
Lolly's
that.
locket actually lights up as they're walking, and she knows the way you think. She's like, you were enough for the both of us.
Was I thinking that out loud to the
No,
locket?
it's all
or-
over your face.
Yeah. No, sometimes I forget what we're doing this for, and as misplaced as some of these people's faiths are, it's a reminder of why we're doing this, and it's always good to see.
Yeah. It's always fun doing a thankless job. And her locket goes back to normal. I assume we have arrived. Is this the same location? It's just not further in the hall that Lolly went to? Where she went to talk about? Okay. So then entering inside of that, as RoBear had described last time, it's more so a big, it is very tall and the ceilings are very high, and it's an opening of just vast space. You've got this board that's on the side that has a plethora of jobs written across it, different papers just kind of pinned, as people then can take a tab of like, maybe I'll do this one and claim it, or they do just fully take the sheet and claim it, and there's little tears left in between these pins of where people have so carelessly not removed it but removed the papers. And that's behind an area of a desk where you have your receptionist who's there to greet anybody that comes in. Not anybody that we need to talk to very much. It's more so for people who are guests and visitors and those interested and unknown where to go here. And then you see large, just long tables and seating, as that's where she had gotten publicly angry at one of her fellow wardens. And there's probably still people there, and it's even more a buzz. There's echoing in the halls. It's reverberating off of each wall. You can't pick up really what anybody is saying, but further past this, it's a long hall, and against these hall walls, there are just photos, like paintings of past head wardens and their names and their years and maybe an accomplishment that they have done, and they're lined in these golden frames. And I would say that it's almost cathedral-like, like old cathedral-like. You would see how the tops from the walls, like these beams, then circulate up and meet each other. And that continues straight down this hall. Floor marbled, wall marbled, ceiling marbled. Beautiful. And it leads to these tall, dark oaken doors that are also just very ornately carved, with a sign next to it that has Kruger's name.
Love that.
As we walk in, is anyone behind a desk?
Yeah, would reception stop us because we have guests?
You guys have the clearance to just blow through anything, and you know pretty much everyone inside the building. So whoever's working the administration station in front of Kruger's office would just look up and give you guys just kind of the nod and the salute. He's ready whenever you are.
Perfect.
He's been ready all morning, ready.
You won't mind deputies?
No, just about everyone's been in the office today.
Oh god, okay. It's probably a busy day for him. Okay.
Very stoic, makes a face of like, oh no.
Yeah.
He holds up this list from this notebook. It's just, you can see there's like 14 names already scratched out from meetings today.
Oh, God.
It's been a all hands on deck. You can hear they're just the different courier birds are like boom, boom, going in and out as quickly as possible. This seal has gotten some work. I'm on my third candle today.
Oh, well, good luck. I'm sorry. I'll be honest, I thought we speak to the Grand Warden about, you might have a few more to burn through.
Joy. Oh, at least the power's back on.
Yeah.
Well,
And
we
I'm
just
going
took this away.
Yeah. I don't even wait. After that's mentioned, I don't even wait for any more conversation. I go to the door and knock, and wait to be allowed in.
And Lolly would nod it for Kaivar. You can come with.
Kaivar is going to nod, and not really realizing that the protocol is really only for proper wardens, he is also going to salute at the person at the desk. And then moves on.
I would imagine Farouk is very much 10-year-old me in my grandfather's Masonic lodge, where I'm like looking at all the old pictures of past Grand Wardens and like different adventuring parties. And I think X-Men 97 does a good job of this as well, as they seem to go back to previous pictures of different versions of the X-Men and their party, of different historical ones where they pull it up, and I'm like, oh God, if I ever had a D&D show where you can pick up that photo that's like, there's the party from this era. I think he's looking at a lot of different defenders of Stormforge, which is kind of a wide-eyed, like this is a museum of other deputized wardens, and you have to catch himself daydreaming a little bit.
On a meteor. Weird. Someone's got an imagination. Huh.
And as you guys get to slowly opening up that door, I'm gonna let you guys take a quick break before you walk in to Warden Kruger's office.
Yeah.
All right,
I want to eat something. Snack on something real quick.
Stream is stream is not mine. There I was. For a moment I was wondering if you'd stepped away too, RoBear. But if you need to, I can have the con for a moment.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Also, I have been fully converted at this point. I was only occasionally using my Yeti every once in a while, and now I'm fully at that point where I have an ice shaker or a Yeti at some point.
Full on convert. You stay hydrated, man.
You do, and it's like I refill this 2-3 times a day, and I'm great. It's golden. Like, I don't think I've understood the convenience of this.
Always having a beverage at the desired temperature that you want it next to you is a fantastic feeling.
Dude, I left one of these on my desk while something was going on, and then woke up overnight after having just completely forgotten about it. Still cold.
Yeah.
Still ice cold. It's insane.
I mean, and if you have the top on it, holy cow. That thing's like it's almost like a day and a half, 2-day event, like crazy.
Technology is a wild thing, and I love it.
We love us some double walled. And also not having to use coasters. There's no sweat. Like that's my favorite, because I'm always around a lot of nicer wooden furniture, and
it's nice to not have your stuff stick to a coaster and then have it suddenly fall, and just be like, well, floaty coasty again.
Floaty coasty.
I can honestly say that I get it when I think it was Yeah, it was Radio who sent me the thing when I said I'd got a Yeti, and then it was like, "Welcome to the cup culture."
Welcome to the cup culture.
Now I absolutely get it now. Like, yeah, 100%. This makes sense.
I know, especially
Might be
down
fully
south.
Understood, but yeah. Yeah,
Keeping you
especially
cool.
down south.
Just another layer of refrigerant.
Yeah. Ugh. I am intrigued to see what's going on with this Grand Warden. It's the first time I've ever, I don't know if it's been mentioned over in Marrowstrand, because I don't know where... I'm not sure where things lie with Marcos, and with everything to do with rank being pulled over there. I genuinely can't remember. It's been so long since the beginning of the campaign. But like, this is definitely the first time we've had a Grand Warden mentioned in Stormforge, right?
Yes, this is the first time over here. They have only dealt with and they haven't gone into the Grand Warden's office at there either. They have only dealt with King Tonga.
Yes. And so realistic, it's kind of crazy to think that like the highest up, most senior warden has been with them most of the time.
Or, man, I actually have to check my own lore. Is King Tonga the Grand Warden of that lodge? God, I have to go back. It's been so long since they've been in the lodge. Check my own lore. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that.
You just need a guy in a red shirt. It's fine.
All right. I'm gonna go grab that coffee. I'll be right back.
Haha, the stream is mine. And there is nothing that you can do about it.
Goo.
So, everybody who's watching from home, thank you so much for jumping in. What have you guys been getting up to? Guys and gals, my apologies. Guys and gals and various other pals. Push some buttons. I mean, while people are away, I can hit you guys with some cheeky soundboard things. Hey, did you know that Auntie Ethel is in this stream?
You petulant bollocks!
Very quietly. Shh, that'll be our little secret. It's fine. They won't even see it on the YouTube VOD. It's fine. It's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be good. Yeah, if I had proper control of stream, actually, I would totally push some buttons here. I would make it so that my companion over here has actually got like filled in with I don't know. We can change the completely shadowed out background there and change it to something like just a pizza roll background, something fun like that. Having a lovely Wednesday in general. Aaron's cooking, catching up on earlier Stormforge episodes. Inspira, I'm so glad. By the way, thank you a bunch to all of you for the lovely comments across the more recent episodes of Stormforge. It's been really nice to see that a bunch of you have been enjoying them. Like, there are many, many kind words that have been spoken about all our different characters, and it's been really, really cool. I'm especially looking forward to... Oh god, I need to check if the previous episode has hit YouTube or not, which I imagine it might have at this point, but yeah, anyone who saw that live understands that that was quite a special episode for all of us. Not to mention, also because, you know, we avoided a potential TPK situation. I don't know if that was the case, but it certainly felt like it, you know. Yeah. Dangerous potential times. Someone's back. Shh. It's our
Hello.
secret chat.
Wait, why?
Hello. Hello. Nothing going on here. Nothing mysterious at all. Nope. Sorry, did you hear the basil goose trumpet for a second?
Was that like a loud music for split second?
Like that?
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I had an ad in the background somewhere, and I'm like, the heck? I didn't even know that.
No, one of my buddies plays Monster Hunter, and we are all absolutely left with a small degree of PTSD from a monster called Basil Goose. It comes into random hunts all the time and just interrupts. No one wants it there. It's a party crasher in the most literal
Not even like a
sense.
beneficial farming.
I mean, it's fine, but it's also just like, we didn't want you here. You're in this fight, and you're just hellish, and it basically
That's me at
goes
every
in.
party. I show up.
Yeah.
We didn't want you here.
It comes in and it drops a
up,
bunch
Sam.
of bombs, and it's just
I
gross.
just show up.
But yeah, it
You
has
show up
its
and we're like,
own-
hell yeah, the party can finally start. Thank
Yeah.
God.
That's right. I am the what's his name? Basil what?
Basil Goose, yeah.
I'm a basil goose. You've heard of silly goose, but have you met basil goose?
Yeah, but it has its own theme music, and the bomb there is a small part of it. And in small circle of friends, everyone hears that and is immediately like,
Oh no.
"Where's the Basil Goose?" Like you hear it and you know it's one of those unfortunate memes that everyone is enrolled in that you just know because you've all been exposed to it at that point if you've played Monster Hunter World, and you're just like,
Yeah.
fuck this guy. It's very much the
Where does it get introduced? I played for Monster Hunter first released for like a good 3 months, but if it wasn't
Yes.
within that time.
No, it's in Monster Hunter World. It's just it's way up into like the second half of the campaign. I think it first gets properly introduced when you're it's not Rotten Vale, it's the area after the Rotten Vale, so it's a little further on. Like, you need to properly get into the very late stages of things, and then after you're done with that and you start
yeah,
getting
I've
into
probably
like
never met
high
him.
rank. Yeah. He's honestly, he's a right tool. He's kind of gross. They do
So they
also
called
just
me.
have yeah, they do also just
Kinda
have the
gross.
full oh. That's sad.
I want to fight Sam.
What's funny is y'all don't even know what I was called in high school. It's worse.
Oh.
What's I called in high school? I was in high school or secondary school. My nickname was the Doctor.
That's
Which is
That's
very funny.
fun.
Yeah.
That's either fun or incredibly ominous, and I should probably hear about the story. So I know
Yeah, I
which.
can give
No,
the
that's
story.
the surgeon.
It became ominous after a while. At first, I joined my rugby team, my school's rugby team, and back then I was like very scrawny. I was like very skinny and scrawny. So my rugby coach called me the Doctor because I look like a nerdy doctor. So like that's how it started. And after a while, I started like puberty hit. I started bulking up just in general from the physical activity and just puberty hitting. And after a while, it just stopped meaning that. Like the Doctor stuck, but it stopped meaning that. And then I think like in the last few years of secondary school. I was like getting really into rugby, and this is not allowed. This is against the rules. But
Steroids?
but no. But in rugby, there's a thing called a maul, and that's when if you're running with the ball and all of a sudden you get stopped by a bunch of people, and people start crowding around you, basically making like almost like a not a huddle, because a huddle's like. It's like just like a mass of people trying to get the ball moving again, but it's not going anywhere because you got people from your side trying to push you forward, you got people from the other side trying to push you back, and it becomes like just a mass of bodies.
A dog pile.
Essentially a dog pile, and like that's a very frequent thing that happens in rugby whenever someone's stopped and
But it's
isn't taken
illegal?
down. No, that's fine. What I did within those malls is illegal. Not illegal. It's not like I
Nobody could
stab
tell.
people. No, I would bear hug people, and like so, if my opponent has the ball and I stop them in their tracks, but didn't take them down, and the mall like formed around us within the mall, I would kind of grab them and get the ball in their stomach and squeeze until they tapped out.
Vile.
And no one, it's not allowed, but you couldn't see it happening because there's so many
Yeah, I wonder
bodies
why.
involved in this. So oftentimes, when a maul happens and it doesn't move anywhere, so if it doesn't move forward or backwards for too long, it's called off and you go to a scram, which is like it's like a restart.
Scram.
So, by the time the restart is called, the person is usually not really hurt, but like winded enough not to be able to play for a while.
Is that what you tell yourself to feel better?
I didn't put anyone. I didn't take. They were like, no.
That's why you called the doctor.
Yeah, that's why after that, that's why the doctor stuck, because my coach would joke that they would have to see the doctor after playing against me.
You don't want to see the doctor.
And the whole time I was a Doctor Who fan, so me as a Doctor Who fan was like, I'm the Doctor. I love this. I think this is cool. He had no idea, but I was a big Doctor Who fan. Still am, obviously. So to me, I was the Doctor. Weird. Interesting. Weird connection there. Weird that Doctor Who referenced Blade Runner, which referenced Alice in Wonderland, which referenced Carpenter.
I mean,
Very
honestly,
strange.
it's just a very weird string of coincidences. Someone should really check that out.
Yeah.
You're playing in a rugby TTRPG.
Exactly.
It's like an anime swim episode, but instead you're on the
Speaking
rugby
of,
team.
highly
Does
recommend
rugby?
Fight with Spirits. It's a sports anime
Is
TTRPG.
this the one you were talking about? No.
Yeah, it's
that's
by
not.
the same
Wait,
people.
it is.
It might be Fight with Spirit. It's the same people who made Good Society. They made a sports anime TTRPG. Highly recommend it. Incredible to play.
I like the
got
box
to
art.
It's really good. I got to beta test it. I was one of the play testers and beta testers, and it was very, very fun. Highly recommend.
Oh, you're a beta? Imagine. Weird.
I am the letter B. Is that what beta is in the Latin alphabet? Is it
I
B?
think so.
For Greek?
Yeah,
Yes.
for Greek.
Yes.
It's B,
I
yeah.
personally would know. I'm a Sigma myself.
I don't know what that means.
Neither do
I only know what it means in mathematic terms. Sigma is the sum of. So if you have a sigma symbol and then an equation or like a formula or something like that, sigma means the sum of this thing within those brackets.
I did have
Beta. Beta. The only other I've seen beta used in physics, and it's used to represent the electron or the proton. No, not the
Oh.
proton.
I'm just
The
thinking
electron
of
or
college Greek
positron.
life.
We don't have anything like that.
Yeah, no,
Y'all don't?
there is.
You don't have like the
no.
equivalent to a sorority, fraternity.
No, God, no.
Nope.
That's a US system. It only exists
It's
over
very
there.
US.
You're
Yeah.
lucky.
So-
It's so tainted here.
Distinctly culturally weird across most of the rest of the world. I need you to know that. Like, it's one of those
Yeah.
US things where the rest of us look on. They're
It's
like,
weird here too.
that doesn't.
Most people don't experience it, and whenever you see it from the outside, it's just a cult.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really is.
And people are like, they're fawning to get certain people in, and then others. You're like trying to sell your soul to people you're paying money
Yeah.
to for. It
That's a wild thing
benefits
to
in
me.
the sense that like some families can help benefit you throughout school and potentially get good jobs. Like there is a perk to it, but majority it's not worth it. It's
Yeah.
just all front facing.
The perk to it makes it honestly feel more cult-like because
My
you're like you
sister-in-law,
can't get these
she was in a
benefits
sorority.
unless you're part
Her
of it.
stories
yeah.
are wild.
Not gonna lie, the way you started that, you said, my sister-in-law, I thought it was gonna go, she was in a cult.
I mean,
sorry.
she was. She was in a sorority. She was in a sorority that I was going to pledge into, and then she was like, no, because she was a year ahead of me. She's like, no,
She's
Sam.
like, don't
Yeah.
do
I was
it.
like,
Get
oh,
out while you can.
okay, well, good thing I threw away all of my university for marriage, so.
Oh. I will not
And
lie.
I do it again.
Yeah, for the right partner, you do anything. But then again, it is also one of those weird moments where you never know where the sorority could have taken you. You could have been the leader of the cult. I mean, you know.
True.
That cult
I can see
leader gig is
Sam being
pretty
a cult
sweet.
leader for sure.
I could be. I think
You
I'd be
do-
really good at it. Do I give off cult leader energy?
The
Yeah.
homunculus is behind you more so, but I mean, you know.
I'm still active in mini
You
cults.
wouldn't see it.
I haven't even showed you my new child.
You have a new child.
Oh, no.
You have a
I have a
new,
new-
you have a new-
No.
Oh, I feel like this might be a good interlude if it's easy to.
You want to see my new child?
Hell
you
yeah,
wanna just
let's
see
do
Not
it.
really.
Let me show you
but
my
you're gonna
new
do it
chat.
anyway.
Oh, you said you would love to, Drak? Let me grab it.
Yeah, absolutely.
The demon
You're
child.
gonna see the demon child, and you're gonna like it.
My favorite thing is being like, not really, but you're gonna show me anyway. Because a lot of the time it's just gonna happen anyway.
You want to see my child, Drak? No? Yes, good.
What if-
Okay.
I have a lot of children. Whoa, I'm purple.
What if fans have been sending creations as their D&D character, as our D&D characters, as the abominations? So Lolly in this form.
Oh god, that'd be
Oh,
terrifying.
I see the legs of it from off screen.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know my children, and this is why I give off cool leader energy. Thank you. My original baby. Oh, hang on. Her shoe fell off.
Oh, I gotta fix that.
This is my original. This is Aragorl, and she has shown up in many a D&D campaign as a homunculus.
I remember
Just
I remember when I
terrifying.
first started interacting with you, Sam, on Twitter, and it was a profile picture of it with them on your head, and because most of the time I'm on
I
my
think
phone
that's
for
my
Twitter.
Discord photo. If you click on my
Is
profile.
it your Discord right now?
Yeah, it's my banner. It's not like that
yeah.
exact one, but it's me holding her.
And I remember like, because most of the time I'm on my phone when I'm on Twitter. I usually don't do it on I'm not on Discord most of the time, so I didn't notice it for most of the time. So I was like, oh, that's a really cute picture of Sam. I really like the pink background. It's really very pretty. And I remember one day in stream, I saw it in the background, and I was like, what?
That's my favorite
hell
thing when
is
people are interacting and they're like, "What's in your background?" And I'm like, my children.
And I remember in that moment, because in my brain you were like, wholesome Sam, sweet wholesome Sam, and in that
I know
moment
somebody.
everything changed.
What
In that moment I was like, oh, you're a freak.
Stop, you flatter me. This is Aragorl, and then of course she had to have a sister, and this is Aratorl. But my other children, we have my first
I've seen
beautiful
this.
guy. Yeah,
Excellent.
look at him. He was in a one shot. I played as him, description and all, and we called him Litter. And he talks like this. So that's Litter.
I don't like that.
We love
No,
Litter.
no.
The second one that came to me was this beautiful Bimbaby.
What? What is this? What is this series of this weird face on things?
They're just little guys.
Oh,
Is it a comic book series, or is it like
No,
a?
it's an artist.
It's just a specific artist, yeah.
Yeah, his stuff is hilarious. This was
His stuff
my
has been like
next
memes
one.
for a long time.
My
Oh,
beautiful
that's
little
good, though.
lamb. Yeah, he just a little lamb.
oh my God! It looks like Screech.
And then
Why
the
is
newest
that so
one.
accurate, dude? I haven't heard of fucking Saved by the Bell reference in years.
Are you ready for the newest child? He came to me like
There's another one? Oh
the
no.
newest baby.
Here it is.
He glows in the
no.
dark.
Oh no, so you can't even hide from it.
Oh no! No, that's a no.
That glowing in the dark would terrify me.
What does it have a constellation on the back for? Like a tramp stamp,
Why
like a little.
ask questions? Are you making fun of my children right now?
Yes, that one in
Yeah,
particular.
They deserve to be bullied.
That's a
Also,
monster.
Disrespectful.
Usually I'm against cyberbullying, but I think it's okay. It's morally correct. This
You know what's the best part about all of them? They have lips that extend.
What?
They have widow whips.
Oh God!
Oh, that's not okay.
Here, let me find the link for chat if you want to know who the artist is. He actually makes really funny comic stuff, and it's written in a way that makes sense, but it also doesn't. Just like his creatures.
Just like his creations, yeah. It's like, that's a bee, but that's totally not a bee.
Oh, incredible! And that's all in your stream room. You just
Yeah. I mean, there's more, but they're not these.
they're not that level.
I have a gnome. I have my gnome Milton, and then I have a frog that has a butt. Like he's got cheeks.
is my creature, I called him Hugin after one of the crows of
Hugin?
Odin. Yeah.
Where's on that note? Do you have a moonin as an accompaniment, or do you
No,
need to
so
find one?
I need to find one. In the game, I bought this because I played an artificer, and one of my it was a artificer. It was a different system, but it was like artificer based, and I flavored them having 2 of these, and they were called Hugin and Moonin.
Excellent.
But I don't actually physically own 2. But yeah, it's very. I've been using it a long time.
That's very ESO Dwarven Dwemer. I like that.
It is.
Yeah.
It's even down to the red accents with the like crystalline power sources and stuff.
Here is the artist's official website or their Instagram. That's the same link, Sam. You should copy the other one.
To further empower your nightmares, everybody, those
Comic stuff is funny.
those are the links. Sorry, YouTube, you had to be.
You had to be here.
I had to be here.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say his name is Chris Simpson. He's a cartoonist.
It will
He's
be.
actually in the UK. Haha, he's near you.
Oh no!
This comes
I need
from
to get
your
out of here.
land.
Honestly, not surprised.
I've adapted it.
Our land has long been cursed. For 14 years, the curse has persisted. But soon,
Long been
one
cursed.
day, it shall hopefully be lifted. Okay. Maybe.
we had what's his name? Oh my god, you definitely know this character. The big pink mascot with yellow polka dots.
Oh, fuck.
Mr. Blobby.
Oh, Mr. Blob.
Mr. Blobby?
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Eldritch horror. What the
Bife!
The UK
Bife! Bife! You're gonna get me demonetized. I love you.
Yes, but also, sorry, it's something visceral was unlocked inside me there, RoBear. I'm
If
sorry.
you've seen Mr.
I understand.
Blobby, you would understand the reaction.
It's not just seen. Have you heard it? It's
And heard
terrifying.
it, yeah.
I just Googled it.
It's
That's a monster.
Yeah, it's
That was a
night-
kid's show thing.
Have you heard it too? Seriously, it's nightmare fuel.
No, why does he smile like that?
I don't.
At least
know.
my little guys have little whips.
It's
They go little
Little whips.
dreams.
Yeah, they got little whips. This guy's got.
Yeah, that's the UK have been
I did a
pioneers
step
in
on 11.
terrifying stuff.
I put it on the couch.
Well, this is the same country that had the one Thomas the Tank Engine episode where they permanently sealed one of the trains up behind a wall and then said, "I think he deserved it."
Yeah.
Whoa! Whoa!
Yeah.
You not heard of this?
You had a you got cast of Amontillado? Like
It's one of the. I think it's okay. I say I shouldn't know this. I do know this. It's one of the trains is called Henry and doesn't want to pull things in the rain, and so they seal Henry up behind a wall, and he's forever sad and doesn't want to come out, even though he's been sealed up behind the wall. And the end of the narration just ends with it being like, "I think he deserved it, don't you?"
Yeah.
And it's like, this is a kid's show.
I like how
what
they're
are we
looking for
teaching?
agreeants. Don't you? Tell me that my horrors are okay.
Shun
That's
the
what I say every time I show my children. Actually, I accept people not enjoying the beautiful art that they are.
It is
Imbeciles.
mildly terrifying, but I mean, you know, we the nightmares persist, and so do we.
It's like me. On the outside, as Drak said, wholesome. On the inside, a menace to society.
I still remember the first time I heard you swear, and for some reason it threw me when I heard you like drop the F-bomb. I was like, whoa.
It threw
Sam does
people off
that.
when I was doing Kolok because I had to record a line and I had to say, "God damn it, Billy," and yeah, it threw so many people
was like,
off in chat. They were like,
whoa.
"What?" It's because like that's, I don't need to talk like
That's the
that
vibe,
on
yeah.
streams or anything.
Yeah.
so much
And it throws you off,
GD in
even
the
better.
stream. So much. These parents are
That is my
talking
first
out in
one
front of
ever
school.
in any of your streams.
So much GD.
I'm allowed one in my 3 years.
You can curse as many or as little gods as you want in my stream. Feel free.
We were just
Oh,
talking
I see. She
about
gets a free
gods.
pass because it's once every 30
Because
years it
you've been
comes up.
greedy.
I sit here.
You're so greedy.
I have a limit.
Fife, you were somewhere between 78 and 79. Okay, you hold the record.
True.
Now,
True.
in your defense, we also had a total of 144 plus on one episode. I get why my account is now.
Ooh, one episode.
Was that Meteorian Core? Or was
No, that was a very
Probably
buzzy
Marrowstrand.
episode of Marrowstrand where they were rolling very poorly.
Wait, was it the shield one? Was it when the force field was up and they kept? I mean, there's been 2 force fields. I can remember now.
that one was up there, but that one was up there. But yeah, it's in the vein of that. Yeah, it was as bad as that day.
How many of I'm asking this for the sake of posterity, but also a little hilarity, and also a little empathy. How many of those were radio?
On
a thing that he didn't make.
No, it's Tim. Tim was the main culprit.
Oh really?
Tim was the main. Adam's an angel. He has like 1 and it slips, and he's like, oh my god, gee willikers. He's the best.
Well, radio rolls like a 3 on an attack.
Oh yeah.
Fucking damn it!
That still counts on this video, Mike. You have the button. Please.
Hey, bye for sending this to your editor.
Please no, Martin needs a break.
All right, we're sending it to you, pro bono.
Okay, alright. I'll get on it.
Just cut out the entire chatter part.
My AdSense was $3 less this month. That was from Bive.
He's slowly owing you more and more drinks at GCX, is what I'm hearing.
I know. This man owes me nothing. He owes me nothing.
Fine, you owe me drinks to give to.
Sure.
I got plenty of teas, let me tell you.
I was about to say, he's got so much in his cooler.
Not even the Peabody can shut me down. That's a story for later. But we need to pick up with you guys next to this office door.
Mm-hmm.
Kallisto opens the door with purpose. Doesn't not slowly, not too quick, just with purpose as he walks in with everyone else.
Molly walks alongside him.
As the door to Alan's office swings open, there is an air to this office. It has a presence. As this being the top brass in the position that has been responsible for so long, protecting the areas that have been forgotten about or left behind, there are even more plaques and images of adventuring parties of the past, even some from the original miners of the mountains below. Some very old pictures. There's even over to the side a encased chunk of original storm ore. Along with kind of armaments and sabers and material military kind of garb. That thing stands out the most because inside of its actual glass containment, there is, it's kind of like a biodome. It has its own little storm that it's manifesting. Even just this small handful of bit, you can tell there's an intense energy involved with it. And it's not too dissimilar to those wild electric orbs that you can put your hand on from old Spencer's Gifts, where that blue electricity will shoot up like a Tesla coil kind of over to the side, but it's safe to the touch. Even the carpet, when you take that first step, it's like the good vendors at a convention that have laid down the extra foam layer underneath their carpet, and it's kind of like walking on clouds inside the office. And it's about a 30-foot walk all the way back to his desk that kind of encompasses, it turns into a library once it gets back this far. Lots of dark woods have encompassed this room. It's got that classic mahogany, library-ish escape kind of nook. But at the very far end is the massive windows that look out into the sky, and you can see the actual storm proper as it looks out into the expanse that is the skies that surround Stormforge. And he has his back currently to, it is a long 3/4 length jacket that is a dark navy blue with bits of gold trim and adornment. You can see there's a very, very long gray hair that is tied up into a bun that sits in the back of a admiral's hat that sits and slides vertical. Well, I'm glad for once you were all able to make haste. Typically, when times like these, you're already at the heart of the issue. As Grand Warden Kruger spins around, you can see his long braided beard, as he is a human, but he is well weathered. He has seen the sun. Loluphia, it is a pleasure to see you once again. Kallisto, the same. I know we have not spoken as much as your partner, and I see that you have brought yes, accomplices, your party?
Yes, with, as I'm sure you're fully aware, the things we've encountered and ended up being in the center of, we needed to deputize some trusted friends of ours. So, for
Their
now,
recollections of events will be helpful.
Kaiva doesn't know if he should speak, but he will still go with it. Just gives the weird wave as per usual.
He will actually walk up to you first, Kaivar, and he will take his hat off and extend his hand. Alan Kruger.
My name is, Kaiva. Yes.
Extends out the big hand, sort of wondering for a second, and you can see it, his other smaller hand fidgeting on the Vox for a moment as Kaivar wonders whether it's a big hand or a small hand situation. Doesn't really know the formality of the greeting and whether it should be extended or improved for somebody who's of higher station. Doesn't know if a smaller hand would be seen as an insult or a compliment. So he's just gonna run with the default and pray that it's fine.
The confidence level that Kruger shakes your hand with, he could have clasped any part of your hand. It comes in with a strong, confident handshake. Whether he's clasped around the right bits and parts of your dry green anatomy in your hand or not, he gives it a solid shake.
Very stiff too, because it's not an endoskeleton, it's an exoskeleton, so everything is very static.
There'll probably be a couple of cracks in there.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he's giving you, he's not trumping you, all right, but he's giving you, it's a strong one.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say you might hear the slight crack of chitin if things are that confident with regards to a handshake. Oh gosh, you know what? Screw it. Let's just do this real quick.
Don't you dare! Don't you do this to me! Don't you do?
Kaivar controls himself. He's all good. No stifled. During the handshake.
I
We're all good.
thought you were gonna make his limb fall off on me. I'm like, no.
Oh my god!
Don't
I
you
thought it was gonna be something bug alien like.
don't you Beetlejuice me in the middle of this office?
I'm only look. Listen, I'm only losing limbs on characters in an involuntary fashion, and more often than not, you have something to do with that yourself. So yeah, no.
It's only a matter of time till I get you, Kaivar.
I will not be disarmed this campaign. I can tell you that much.
He does the same to Farouk. Pleasure. Indeed. He keeps
Probably
his...
lets out a positive sigh of relief.
He keeps his hat underneath his arm. Come. Let us sit.
Wally would gesture for the others to sit, as she would follow.
Grinwarden Kruger sits down in a very unleaderly way. A very exhausted. And you can see the hand comes up to the brow. Let's cut to the chase with what's on the top of my list. We'll get to where you came from in the Forgotten Lands by the end of this. But we can save those questions for later. Loluphia. Are you responsible?
May I speak freely?
Yes or no question, Loluphia.
Yes.
You can see there is this big weight that seems to be lifted off of his chest. Thank the gods. Now, as you were.
But outside of this party, you are the only one that knows that.
I don't know if we'll be able to keep this one a secret.
Do you have a suggestion?
I'll be honest to all of you. We have far worse things to deal with than the opinions of the academics or the stubborn. Their revelation can wait their turn. Do your best. You know that this Warden's Lodge has your back.
I appreciate that. I think the largest concern is not the opinions of academics, but the then knowledge of other parties. And she's trying to remember all that Myshkin has told her when it comes to the silent gear. How much do you know of what goes on in the center of Stormforge?
The silent gear has been a pain in our ass for far too long.
Well, it seems like they're riling up with the Vashborg.
What do you mean with the Vashborg?
Well, during our last mission down in the Forgotten Lands, we encountered... She looks to Farouk. How would you explain that? Like, nodding off at, like, Thane.
We entered an anomaly of time. One held by an agent of the Voshborg by the name of Fane.
Thank you.
Farouk kind of looks at you if you want him to gesture any further.
Yeah, she nods.
Fane was sent on a mission many years ago. So long so, it required him to keep this anomaly in time. There seemed to be forces within his own organization that wanted to usurp his own work. There are strange things that even all of us do not understand. But what we saw down there was a combination of man and machine. A desire to live on past our own means, whether it be biological or mechanical. And long story short, there seems to be a faction within both of these organizations that wishes to supersede both of their own works. It may be hard to believe, but we've witnessed it firsthand. Part of the Voshborg and the Silent Gear have come together over that one desired purpose. Infinite continuity.
Kallisto will reach into his holster and pull out Dark Card and set it down on the table in front of the Grand Warden.
I'm gonna roll a wisdom save here, real quick. Kaivar will not do the same with his Vox.
This, well, it looks a bit more electrically charged than before, as I look to Loluphia, was once a part of a dragon of sorts, made of the souls of the Voshborg who sent the plant. I'm sure you heard about that, the recycling plant, off into the distance, into the Forgotten Lands. And then after we defeated it, the heart morphed and shifted into this. This is just one of the things that the Voshborg and the Silent Gear has touched. Many others, one of which, or several, if you count them individually, is in the center of Stormforge. And is much, much larger, more dangerous than just a pistol of a heartbeat.
He takes a long look at this pistol that seems to have a storm raging inside of it with no actual storm war. But you don't see that every day.
No, but
Just
we're
seen what it
starting to
looked like
see things more frequently. Does the name Cymric mean anything to you?
No, I can't say that it does.
That is the entity that is in the center of Stormforge. I'm not exactly sure where.
I'm gonna be super suspicious here, and this is way over the top. Can I insight check him on that does he know Cymric bit?
Yeah.
I'm sure. Okay, gotcha.
Ooh.
Whoa.
That bounced off the 3.
I know. It bounced off the 1 too. That could have been bad.
Kaivar. You notice a man that was overwhelmed when you came into the office, and one that seems to be struggling, adding even more onto the pile. It definitely seems as if he's never heard of this issue. Inquisitively, it appears there is many more questions that I have about your time in the Forgotten Lands than what's even on my docket. I'll be honest, this changes things. As he gets up and he kind of goes over to the general war table and begins kind of placing pawns about. And he wipes the sweat off of his forehead and looks back at the rest of you. We're going to have to make a decision. We're going to have to prioritize the imminent threat. And I don't know, with what you have told me already, and you haven't even already finished, what is a greater threat than what is hidden inside of our own city? The threat of a god that wants to remove us.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that one up next.
Yeah.
We noticed the Aarakocra.
Yeah.
Unlike the Illuminated College, we listened to our informants in the top of the city. They have been clamoring for some time that we have been literally flying too close to the sun. It seems like everyone has cashed in on Stormforge at the same time. I will tell you all, I have pulled every warden from every post. For if we cannot defend Stormforge, how are we to help anyone in any of our posts below? But you know the consequences. You've firsthand seen what it's like when the light fades and the darkness cashes in. We'll be leaving behind scarred lands. But we have no choice. For if we do not persist, we cannot help anyone. But I don't know what is going to eat us first, the corruption from inside of us, or the threats that loom out.
That is a question that we've asked ourselves with no answer.
Kallisto stands up and walks over to the Grand Warden by the war table and will look down at the pawns that they've set out and will pick one up. We have Cymeric in the center of Stormforge. And they'll set that pawn down and then pick up another. And Yancy Ben most likely quickly approaching if the storms have anything to say about that. And we have the wardens that we pulled from our posts. And if push comes to shove, we might have to start asking for the cooperation of the civilians of Stormforge, at the very least to help with evacuations, hiding, helping the people who can't get away on their own. Another one of our party members, they couldn't make it with us today, Myshkin. He suggested that we see if we can get Yancibin and Cymeric to clash. Cymeric seems to want to be or become godlike. From what we saw, it already seems to think it is godlike. And Yancibin, angry with us just being the heir, let alone trying to claim we're gods. It could be a thing we could get these two enemies to be enemies of each other as well.
Maybe. But what about the other side of the coin? What if they join forces? What if they both want mutually assured destruction? If this thing, this entity, if it's true that it wants this sort of digital lichdom, what does it care for the existence of this city-state?
I mean, it resides here. This is where it thrives. So if it were to be destroyed, where would it go? This is the most technological advanced area. All that's beneath us is Forgotten Lands.
Loluphia, unfortunately, that's not true.
Where else is there?
Inside the mountain.
Could you elaborate more?
It's where from all the first tech was born.
It wasn't all excavated?
No.
Great.
All of the first tech of Stormforge originated there. There have been wardens classically over the years that have wandered into spots and places that they could not describe. Technology that's even foreign to what they've seen in our own city. We've had theories. There have been rumors that not all have ascended, that some stayed behind. We don't know if that is true or not. But we can't imagine that the ascendance of this city was the only solution that they had.
When was the cave for the mountains last explored? How recent is this information?
These have come from many stories from wardens over the past 30 or 40 years. Those mines are over 300 years old. You speak of time anomalies, I can understand. I'm sure the Voshborg have been seeking answers to questions that they have as well. The original Dunvolcan dwarves that have built this place. They live long lives. But you rarely hear the old-timers speaking of their times inside the mines and the ascension that it took to get here. That means there could be all sorts of things hidden inside that mountainside. But back to your point, if Cymric truly chooses to ascend, what's one city to contain them? As energy is energy and does not dissipate. From one medium to the next. Regardless, whether it's your plan to try to play these two against each other, you have to start somewhere. You're the most experienced ones. You've seen this. You've come face to face. My entire strategy up to this point has been focused on the preservation of Stormforge from the outside forces of Yonsei Bin. We have always known the struggles inside our city. You seem to point to a clear and present danger as well.
Then should we focus on the preservation of people? As Kallisto had mentioned, that our friend had brought up.
I believe they will reject most of these ideas as heresy or conspiracy. I fear that most would choose to stay versus go back to how they lived as their
Then at that
ancestors
point,
before.
That would be their own decision. But at least putting the information out there for those who would take heed. I don't think staying silent is what wardens would do.
The dissemination of information is not ours to choose. You know the Illuminated College will control that message, whether we want to or not.
Have you spoken with them?
Absolutely not yet. We have to be very clear and deliberate.
Well, we should think of something quick then. All of this is imminent.
I can speak with them, see what I can convince them to allow us to tell the people, because I agree with Loluphia, even if some decide to stay, some will go. And the less lives here to be lost, the better. And easier for us.
RoBear, would the Illuminated College also, it might just be completely separate, but the one librarian that we absolutely despise, just a librarian or also part of the Illuminated College as an academic?
Yes, that would be a very low level piece of the Illuminated College, yes.
Gotcha. Right. You'll see Kaival step up to the table, and just sort of at the mention of the college will hesitantly sort of nod and sort of... There are no words coming out of the mouth, but like there is the sense of insistence. He has not projected himself much into this conversation at all.
Kallisto will nod to you and gesture. You're, at least for now, you're a warden as well.
I understand why you do not like the college. Yes, they are only care about themselves. Yes, but maybe also make them act, but not give all information. Yes, yes. We do not know how deep Simric's claws dig. Yes, yes.
No, that's right. So your suggestion we tell partial truths, maybe omit some details, just enough to get them to say what we want them to say.
Yes, yes.
I'm not against that. If we can get people off the city even for a while we do with this, that's always going to be good. I'll look to Kruger to see what he thinks of that.
Kind of glances back and forth. I'll be honest, I have a hard time trusting any of them inside of the Illuminated College, but we're going to have to find allies. And we're going to have to lean on knowledge of the past. We're the ones that have been in charge of clearing the pathway. If there ever was a time for a mass evacuation of Stormforge. And now we don't have enough people to do that. If these people leave and go back to the ground, they will have to take up in arms. It'll be like turning back the clock. And I fear for their safety as much down there as they are up here.
Molly's gonna look up at her party. Do you think that Fane would help us? Potentially in regards to, if they can, chromomancy specifically. Or at least be able to talk about things that they know.
I don't know magic, so I can't say how it could be applied, but I do think they'd be willing to talk at the very least. This era of the Voshborg ruined his, I can only assume, lifelong research. I hope at the very least there's some desire to right that wrong.
We brought them back with us. So they are here. She looks up at the Grand Warden. If you would like to meet with them.
Indeed. Everything is on the table.
I can't speak of their willingness, but as with everything we're doing, we can at least try.
This is a lot to think about, and how we craft our message. In the meantime, we also have a clear and present danger around us. While all of you have been able to control the storm in ways none of us ever could.
I call it sheer luck.
I doubt that. We have been picking up pockets of strong anomalies around the city.
Are these pockets in particular areas? Have they been investigated?
Only so much so to know their existence around us. They seem to be forming a geometric pattern around the city.
Has this been mapped out?
Points over to the warboard.
What does it look like?
The first thing that you see, like a 6-pointed star. There are some anomalies that have developed to a strength that we can't even fly our airships past them. Others only seem to be developing. Our best guess is this is a confluence between the plane of air and our material plane. The first order of business is to keep these anomalies at bay.
Have you spoken to any of the Arakakras? Has any warden?
We have not officially extended a working relationship to the Arakakras yet, nor have they approached us or the Illuminated College. But
We
yes,
should probably be the first ones.
indeed, they are at the top of the list. Regardless of public opinion, I do believe that they have come here to aid us,
I do as well.
as they, above anyone else, would understand what the tyranny of an angry god of the air would be. But we also need to be prepared ourselves. And we need some more information before we speak with him. He reaches over to a long chest. So we need to do what wardens do best first. Opening up the chest, Kruger begins pulling out boots of cloud striding. I know you said that one of your members couldn't make it here. Please, extend this pair to them as well.
Happily. They'll always land on their feet for sure.
Lollywell, I know you don't need these necessarily. It would give me a better confidence to know that you had them. Like I said, even our airships have had trouble getting close to these anomalies. We need to neutralize one first.
All right.
Once we have that knowledge, we can share that back with the Arakakra.
Is there a specific one that you would like an attempt on?
Yes. It's not the strongest, nor is the weakest. It's one that's developing and getting stronger. He points over onto the map, one to the east side of the city.
We can do this.
We can try.
Well, the reports from the cloud port that I'm receiving, you've done a hell of a job before.
Thank you.
But remember, these things are like portals. They're trying to bend and pull in worlds. There's no telling what may be at the center of these things.
Would Lolly be able to assume that it has a similarity to whenever they were against Yansi Ben and there was those moments of energy portaled and transported to elsewhere?
You and Myshkin would be able to assume at this point that you were pulled into one of those anomalies where Yansi Ben was.
Well, I'll have you know, one that's missing, and myself have been through one of these anomalies. I have tried to control it before. Failed. But I'm willing to try again.
We need to find a success.
I will find you a success. Through hell or high water.
Faroük looks back over at the rest of the group. Would it not aid us to reach out to a champion of the Arakakra? Bring someone with us that has fought inside the air.
I actually agree with Farouk there.
There's a big sigh that comes out of his chest. It is difficult to trust. But I will follow your judgment. You have not steered this city astray, and you have not done it to this lodge either. If you wish to seek out a champion, then do so. Lay the blueprint, make it, create it, craft it. We need to know how to disseminate this information to the others. Or you are one party, and you can only do so much.
Yeah.
But we need you to be the tip of the spear. There's only going to be one group that takes on that final anomaly. And it needs to be the best. But that will come soon. I don't know where to start with this Cimmerek that you speak of. But if you have a friend in the Voshborg, as you say you do, and that is where I would start. But remember, through all of this, the silent gear persists. Whatever faction may have splintered off, there is still individuals living by their creed and acting by their laws. Be safe. Trust few. Mechanically, these boots of cloud striding allow you to tread past through the anomalies as if they were not. I'm losing the word. Difficult terrain. They're able to keep you suspended for a period of 10 minutes. off the side of an airship, and then you were on your own. So you can move freely between these storm anomalies while you're using them.
Noted.
First order of business is the anomaly. After we've dealt with it, you choose the path. As he moves a couple of pawns across the war table.
We're going to handle this and hopefully let you rest a little bit.
There will be no rest for me until this city is safe. And the light of the warden's posts are lit again. But I believe in all of you.
Guess we should start going. Get this sorted as soon as possible then.
Yeah.
Thank you, Grand Warden.
Thank you. Godspeed. He's gonna turn and fixate his hat and look back out at the storm.
Molly stands up and gives like a slight, almost bow. Thank you. All right, crew, are we ready to leave? Figure this out.
Yes.
You get an affirmative nod from Kaivar's direction.
Farouk nods his head.
In tow, under her arm. Haven't worn a shoe in a while.
Oh yeah. I did do a quick stop home. I need to grab something really quickly, something that would probably be very useful in this situation specifically, actually. Are we to get to the east side? Is it on the war map? Is the anomaly like out in the air, like to
Yeah,
the
the
east of
anomalies are-
Stormforge out in the air?
Yeah, so it'll be,
Okay.
we would take one of the airships out and then jump off from the airship towards the anomaly.
Yay.
Oh, okay.
I'm scared as Sam. Well, he's so brave. Good job, her.
This is going to be very, very interesting.
You
By
all
interesting, I do mean deadly.
You all get going. I'll meet up with you. I'm going to get my jetpack. I've had it all this time and I haven't used it. This is the perfect time to do it.
Is it back at the Amber Forge?
Is that the Amber Forge?
I mean,
Well,
look, on the
if you run
bright
into
side,
Myshkin, let him know where we are.
Yeah.
bright side, Drak, you know
Would
it
it?
works. Ifrin tested it.
Yeah. Wait. I can't remember if she did. I remember saying something about that.
I think she did. She
Yeah,
like, picked it
yeah.
up.
Yeah, she did. Yeah. And she filled it up. Yeah. So, yeah.
Molly doesn't
will-
even contest. She's like, yeah, no, this is actually smart.
Yeah, and Kallisto's gonna sprint, just like full tilt run. Waste no time to get to the Amber Forge, to grab the jetpack. And if I see Myshkin there, grab him by his new hands and drag him. But that's if I see Myshkin there. Unfortunately, no one's noticed. Ed isn't here.
I'm gonna speak.
What?
I'm gonna speak
Yeah,
for
I
him.
know.
He's pickly, like he's eating, like pulling the ham and the sausage out of one of the like omelets when you come back. Just being a picky eater, like coming in, like not touching the egg. Sorry, I'm speaking for your head.
He only likes fish, remember?
Oh,
Kallisto will rush by Myshkin and then pause. Just look at Myshkin, make it very clear that he's noted the horns and the hands, and then runs upstairs, grabs the jetpack, and runs back down again. A lot to explain, and explain it on the way, but we need to get up and go. Have you eaten? Why are you pulling it apart? Just eat it together. Okay, I'll grab him by the hand and just drag him back to the warden's hall.
love you, Ed.
Love you, Ed.
Love you, Ed.
The things you can only do when you know your D&D RP partners very well. I grab him by the scruff of his neck and I pull him along.
No, you grab him by his horns.
That's a very different kind of...
That'll control him.
Yeah, that's a different kind of thing.
There is an Aarakocra that I know quite well, actually.
Wait, who's talking right now? This feels like Farouk and...
It's Farouk, I'm sorry, it all blends together. I gotta protrude a little bit more. Sorry, it's me, don't you see? Come on.
Sorry.
Pull it together.
Is that wrong? What?
No, it's not. It's Killsud, what are you talking about? Oh, it's me, Farouk. I do know one of the Aarakocra quite well.
Are you sure they're one of the ones that have arrived?
Indeed. We've spoken many times, correspondence over the years. We are not so disconnected with the plane of air as the rest of this city. I think Zycius would be a great addition. He is a man of promises. One of great faith. If there's anyone that could help us maneuver the skies and stay on one piece, it would be him.
What did you say his title was?
He's a man of faith. He is a cleric. But don't expect him to pick up arms.
And then I won't be. Woo! Great. Awesome. Yes, I agree. We should bring him on. Lolly's very selfishly just thinking about, I don't have to do my heals if I can use my energy elsewhere.
He is a man of peace.
So he can't say anything about bringing on another person he worships a god.
Definite eye roll.
It's just an 8.
Yeah, just an 8 for Lolly.
Makes me realize Kallisto may be one of the only people where the term godless is not actually intended as a common insult.
Yeah, he's like, thank you. I've been trying so hard.
Avoided Yancy Bin. They keep coming at me though. Oh, I'm a magnet.
Zycius is a very, very deep cut for me, as he is a peace domain Aarakocra that I played 5 or 6 years ago.
Oh.
And as we have spoken before about how we're handling the NPCs that we bring along with us, Zycius' ability will be the peace domain version of Bless that they get. That is non-concentration. So with Zycius...
Oh yeah, because it's going to be an effect in the radius, yeah.
You will have that 30-foot radius where you guys have active Bless from Zycius.
You said you love him, right? Like he can't die?
He's been to hell, so...
Oh my god, love him.
It's a RoBear campaign. He's definitely been to hell.
He's survived hell, so
Hey, every campaign goes there once, right?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't.
We're not there
I've
yet.
yet to go to
Oh boy, are we?
Keyword yet.
Don't
We're
you
just
worry.
breaking the waters right now. Hell's right around the corner.
We got a Myshkin backstory to handle.
That's actually true, yeah.
I don't know where he is at the moment, but I'm sure that we take off and take the airship, I can find him.
All right. Are we all ready to go?
This is when Kallisto's running back with Myshkin in hand. By Myshkin to scruff his neck.
I'm gonna assume that I grabbed all my gear and everything, correct?
I
Yes.
think that's fair to assume, yeah.
If not, Kallisto's tugging it all back now.
Yeah, you're gonna say
In
like
Myshkin's hands.
yeah, making Myshkin carry it.
Wait, am I grabbing this?
Testing out your new hands.
I don't have to say, this is not quite the way I anticipated taking these for a test drive, but
Turn into a pack mule.
to do.
Bife, did you hit your camera to where you're now in the bottom left-hand corner of your
no.
cam
My
box?
baby.
That's me just constantly shifting in my seat. My apologies. I'm terrible at staying in the box. Well,
Very good.
okay, I'm gonna shut the hell up. Yeah.
Slowly shifting into the ether.
Bife, I didn't realize what you said until you said I'm gonna shut up there.
I didn't realize what I said until I said it. It's yeah, no.
That was a Becca moment.
That really was.
That's so good. Wait, that's so funny.
Spicy Forge.
And in the poop jar.
I channeled my inner core state.
Love it. Well, you're lucky that Ian's been working on the damn boat all this time. As Kelthud kind of steps out from back in the engineering room, he looks like an NFL linebacker. The grease underneath his eyes. It looks like he's been blown up by a powder keg on Sea of Thieves at this point. The kind of repairs that we had to do to this thing.
Are you
should
doing
step outside
prepares
in the
or
rain.
getting ready for war?
All of the above with you. Not all of you. Ian, why don't you show him off the new edition? As Mike, you can show off the new elemental ring that has been added. So there is an active crystal on the ship, as well as an Eberron style elemental.
Okay.
In the ships of Eberron, they have an elemental that encompasses what's that circle around the ship. And in Eberron, it is only a band of elves that are able to commune with these elementals and control the trade through the sky. This would be of mechanical harnessing means.
Okay, so anyone who's with the mechanical prowess to do it can do it.
When you say show off, and I'm sorry, with regards to names and all that, is this as in Chuckles has been working on the Chuckles? I'm sorry, I've got
Cuddles. Yeah.
Cuddles.
Cuddles.
I've got BG3 in my head. There's a
Yeah, the
pilot
character
who's there
Chuckles.
for like the there's a pilot who's there for like the first season or something called Chuckles, who's not very long lived for whatever reason. It's stuck in my head. Yeah. Is this Cuddles though?
Yes, this is
who's-
Kettles. Yep.
All right, I'm gonna channel my I gotta remember and channel my Cuddles voice. Well, you see, it's a right pain in the ass trying to make sure that this thing functions correctly according to all the static, because the static overcharges the buildup, and if the buildup gets too high, obviously everything falls out of the sky. Now, here's the thing: we have so many dampeners on this thing, it shouldn't be a problem, but I hear you've been going after these Yancy Ben fellas, so I made some adjustments, and hopefully it's okay, but don't let him tell you that he's the one who's done it, because I'm the one who's done it.
It was a team effort, okay? You know, it's...
You came along, you read my blueprints.
I
Don't know why he's got a list full of stuff.
I love it
Got a
personally.
mouthful of tar.
It's Big League Chew. What Cuddles is trying to say is...
I've been under there for hours.
We all, but look at us.
Yeah, but you only look like the way
Great.
you fell in the exhaust one time, okay? It's not my fault you have terrible hygiene. I don't normally look like this. You look like that all the time.
You are one to speak about hygiene here. Regardless, Cuddles, go hit the showers.
Oh,
Or
thank
stand out in
God.
the rain.
At least take a bar of soap with you.
Maybe if I stand out in the rain, lightning will strike and it'll end this misery.
Don't say that. Don't talk like that.
Help
You
with that. And
know.
Lolly would step near like the door and be like, "Go stand in the rain." She's trying to hold energy off from you.
Damn it, Cuddles, set that wrench down. That shit's not funny. Cuddles is walking away with the largest wrench in his hand, pointed upwards. Cuddles, put that damn wrench down!
I have been hit by so much lightning putting those dampeners in. You don't understand.
I will.
I'd like
Take
to
the
apologize.
fun.
I will put
I'd
this
like to apologize,
movable
actually.
rod
That
so
is
far
way
up your ass.
Yeah, I'd like to apologize. Actually, that is way out of pocket.
Cuddles has been through some stuff. It seems.
Yeah, no. He's gonna make a really good warden.
Hilda, what have you done to him?
Nothing. He helped me. Said we put the whole fall safety. This is how he talks. It's fine.
He's speaking as if he's been to war.
No.
You put him through a lot. You're stressful.
From
You should
off
take
the
care of that.
From off to the side, you can just kind of hear Cuddles in the background. Oh, I fell in the exhaust, Cuddles. Pull me out of the exhaust, Cuddles. It'll be okay.
You do look, and there is a definite mark, like half-waist up, that is more soot on it than the rest.
Lolly just gives him the look.
God gave me these legs. I'm sorry. I get stuck in small places. This is how it works. Or like I said, welcome to the failsafe in case the crystal goes down.
No, this is perfect, especially with what we're going to be dealing with. So, thank you, Cosad, and thank you, Cuddles. I'll yell that to Cuddles.
He's the one who had to rope that angry air elemental up, use a little bit of Yancy Ben against himself.
Will we
Amazing
have
what
you
kind of energy you'll
controlling
get
the
out of
ship?
him. What's
Will
that?
we have you controlling the ship?
Of course, I wouldn't let you navigate these
You're gonna
troubles, guys.
shower.
Ouch.
You made Cuddles do it.
He
He's got to learn from somebody, right? His authority.
grabs the biggest goop of grease in his hand.
Gonna use her storm spear.
He
What if it's
slowly
killed?
starts walking towards you.
Kallisto just sighs and begins walking towards the airship.
I'm gonna get you! I'm gonna get you!
Nope, you better stay back. And she does gust of wind on him.
He throws it, goes, ow!
Now you're even more filthy. Go shower. We'll meet you on the ship. God damn it.
Why is it always the ones with prestidigitation that's making everybody else shower? I know.
Must suck, huh? Imagine.
Farouk just looks at him with a big smile.
I'm gonna.
That is awful.
It really is. It really is something, isn't it?
It's like on the verge of lizard language.
Real quick. I'm gonna say this is a perception check for Chuckles.
Cuddles?
Chuckles, Cuddles.
Chuckles. Why is it Chuckles? Damn it. Yeah. Yeah. Just from the back. You know, she is right. You really do need to shower.
I love Cuddles. Tell me I'm right more.
He grabs a large loofah on a stick and he walks out into the storm.
Goes outside to find Cuddles.
I hope they know they didn't actually have to go in the storm, but that is funny. She says to everybody who's on the inside.
It's adorable. They get each other's backs. It's, you know, the tandem team over here. Ugh. Okay. All right. So we're headed up to the top of the city first. We got a friend to pick up.
Yeah, Ezekias.
Yeah.
Very helpful. He's a peace domain cleric.
Peace domain? What are we bringing along a peace domain? What are you? Well, I hope they say their prayers and they eat their Wheaties while we're up there. It's not like that, Kelfstud. He's one of the strongest people I know. Even if he's not willing to take up his own arms. He saved my tail before. Whatever you say! Get your gear! Remember, this thing doesn't load itself! As Kelthud's rucksack is like twice the size of him. It's like if you've watched the Fallout series of the Squires, like it's that dumb bag that's that big. Like that's...
The dumb bag of the
one of us
meme
could help them.
Oh my
He's got
god.
it.
You know what I've realized? Cuddles is absolutely carrying the bag in this universe. He's 100% one of the squires.
He is Loluphia to Gaston.
Oh, that's big sad.
All right, do we all have what we need? I would assume
Yep.
everything has already been prepped, and during this time of Kallisto grabbing Myshkin, we would have solidified that.
Got everything I need.
You're gonna see, Kaivar is going to grab all of his stuff, shield, book, Vox, and he is going to start heading down to one of the lower cabins that's a bit more isolated than the others. Just all packed up and prepped.
Does he seem like he's isolating himself?
I mean, roll an insight check, I guess.
I'll give it a go.
Kallisto's too focused on the mission right now.
10.
Flip a coin.
Okay.
Yeah, heads you get something, tails it's kind of just like, okay.
Is that just a 1d2? Or 1d type?
1DC.
/1DC, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry, what did you say? Which is which?
Heads you get something, tails it's just a walk.
Ooh.
Definitely seems like he's striding with purpose, but for all you know, he's just ready to take on the day and take on the mission.
All right, Kaivar. She says, ushering Kallisto and his jetpack. We have to talk about this.
What is there to talk about?
Well, you're in the middle of a storm. This is metal. You know what attracts lightning? My love. And she
So
like hits
either-
it and it goes like... This.
Either I fall out of the sky anyway without a jetpack, or fall out of the sky with the jetpack.
And she's digging into like a rucksack that's just sitting on the ship and handing him like 3 scrolls of Featherfall. Keep these on you at all times.
Yep.
I
He
swear
pockets
you're gonna
them.
give me a heart attack. And I think as a parental check-in, even though he's at school, Lolly would tell Ziva, you better not talk back to me right now and be learning, but your father and I will be home. Not tonight. Perchance tomorrow. You better do homework. Did I just hear you, Ziva? And it like goes quiet. Oof.
And when we pick up, next week, headed to pick up Zekius and headed to the anomaly.
Woo.
Let's
What can
go.
go wrong?
Can't wait to tell
to be
Myshkin he was just
great.
bragged.
I grabbed him by the scruff of Myshkin's
I
neck.
hope Ed just goes. See, that was great roleplay.
I am very excited to see, after you guys handle the anomaly, what you choose to handle first
Oh, so
in the
plot armor.
balancing
We're gonna be fine.
scales. Oh, yeah,
No, I heard you. You loud and clear.
you've survived so
done.
far.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, this is going to put us in quite a bother, I can already tell. Oh dear.
I think existing in this world already does that.
Well, yes, but as they say, the horrors persist, and so do we.
Last time everybody boarded an airship like this, I blew up.
Sucks.
Wait, what?
I was a Warforged. I got torn apart. I'm somewhere in the desert, inside of Eberron.
Oh my gods.
Was it in a storm? Why'd you pull up?
Yeah, I got destroyed by air elemental on the last
Man,
episode. So,
those silly guys.
Classic air elemental.
Yeah.
but I had already gained consciousness, so I'm still hanging out there. I just don't have a body to go back to.
The last time I was in like a storm on an airship like this, other than this game, obviously, it's this. I played an Aarakocra in it. I'm just remembering. Yeah.
Maybe
An
he
Aarakocra
knows
monk
Zekius.
rogue multiclass. Maybe that'd be cool.
Might know Zekius.
He was a short Aarakocra named Crew, who had anger issues. Whenever someone pointed out how short he was, he'd flip the fuck out. Like, I'm not sure.
We knew a short queen.
Oh,
in a campaign.
that was one.
You Brits at the beginning and the end of episodes, I tell you, you get me every time.
I get to relax at the end. I'm so sorry.
Meanwhile, I have stopped giving a. I do actually. I'm so sorry.
It's gonna pop up in the middle of Rogue Destiny streams and just take that.
I'm recording a video at GCX in my hotel room, and you'll just barge in the door, and it's just, hey, bye.
It's Tanix from the Prison of Elders.
Oh no, not Tanix.
Oh
So
man.
I mean, that is the reason he's in the hotel. He has historically very bad time with finding a house.
Truth.
I'm so sorry. You can fire me now.
Destiny dad jokes. We're here for it.
I'll go
Great.
and chuck cuddles. Damn it.
Great RP as always. I'm here for it. I'm ready.
Hey, Seum. What a day.
Join us next week. They might actually have combat. Who knows? Maybe they'll negotiate with a cleric of peace where they're able to avoid combat one more time. Who knows? You did roll a nat 20
Alright.
bargaining with Yancy Ben the last time. Who knows? Maybe you just convince him to shut that anomaly down. I never know anymore. Anything is possible.
I will say, pray for my electricity because we have a scheduled power outage on Tuesday.
Ooh, even better. You're
Last
in the
time
anomaly.
they did that,
You
it
are
took all
in the
day.
actual in the anomaly.
You are Stormforge.
Yeah, as soon as we take flight in the next session, Lolly, she
Oh.
didn't put her shoes on. Why?
And she forgot how to use her wings. Man, this is just the worst day. God.
Aw, man.
A question: do you have a earbud, cell phone, like one with like the little mic and a little earbud that's like connected to it?
Oh, like those, like.
Yeah, like the old
okay.
iPhone headphones.
I can look in my box of mini cords and let you know.
Yeah, we might have the little backup because I can turn on the module that allows you to go from mobile phone with Foundry. So we might have a backup for you.
We'll see. Yeah, hopefully it'll be on by
Yeah.
Wednesday, but there's always
Yeah, let's hold our
They like
fingers
to give us
crossed.
false promises and then it's not.
Proof. You'll have to join us then. Much love, everybody. We'll see you later. Bye bye.